Ypsilanti, Michigan. Welcome to a big Saturday of MAC football as the Bowling Green Falcons tangle with the Eastern Michigan Eagles. This one's so very important for Bowling Green. They are a half game behind Buffalo at the top of the MAC East and have that big battle with Buffalo next Friday. Michael Regai alongside former Ohio State Buckeye National Champion Dustin Fox. And Dustin, for Dave Clawson and Bowling Green, they've been rolling. They've throttled both Miami and Ohio in the last couple of weeks. So could there be a danger of a letdown today before the Buffalo game?
I think it's certainly possible that you could have that looming a little bit, thinking about next week and that MAC championship, MAC East championship, if you want to call it that. But it's important today to not look ahead to next week. You got to get that 8th victory to put yourself in a bowl position here.
Bowling Green's defense has been outstanding atop the MAC the last couple of years, but offensively, wow, off the charts, led by the young man who averages better than 116 a game, running back Travis Green.
Yeah, Travis Green, former wide receiver, switches over to play running back, tailback this year, and is averaging over 6 yards per carry. It's amazing. He's a little guy, but doesn't shy away from contact, Michael. He wants to put his head down and try and run people over a little bit.
He absolutely does. All right, for Eastern Michigan, the story has been a difficult one here in the month of November. Head coach Ron English fired on November the 8th. Less than 24 hours later, his good friend, offensive coordinator Stan Parrish, the quarterback guru, takes over, gets a win over Western Michigan. This football program seems to be re-energized.
It is re-energized because he got a win, and that certainly excites players when you're used to losing a little bit and you get that taste in your mouth, a little bit of victory. It spreads that emotion.
Stan Parrish, we mentioned, always has been very, very upfront with his quarterbacks. He's got a young, true freshman in Brogan Rollback that he believes has a tremendous upside here for Eastern Michigan.
The highest recruit Eastern Michigan's ever had, and Brogan Rollback has shown signs this season. He's prone to turn the football over a little bit, but Stan Parrish, you mentioned the quarterback guru, likes what he sees.
All right, settle back and enjoy this one. It's senior day as Stan Parrish will send out 17 Eastern Michigan Eagles seniors. They're hoping it's with an upset win. Got to find out. That's why you're here. It's Bowling Green and Eastern Michigan. It's coming at you on ESPN. All right, get set to go here in this big afternoon of the MAC East against the MAC West. Bowling Green and Eastern Michigan. Brendan Renas has it on the tee. Game on in Ypsilanti. This is Ronnie Moore from the 3. Good cut from Moore, and then he got planted at the 25-yard line. So let's bring on a third-year sophomore quarterback, Matt Johnson, out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He has been absolutely tremendous, hitting 65% of his throws, and he has reinvigorated this Bowling Green offense.
He is currently first in the MAC in pass efficiency, and boy, they like what they see out of him. A little Jordan Lynch in him a little bit.
He certainly has that kind of toughness.
Got a little some of that in him.
Yeah, he does. He's going to be without Heath Jackson today, one of his wideouts. And we'll take a look at this Bowling Green offense here in a moment. Travis Green. Green is offset as Johnson will take this first snap out of the gun. That zone read, and this is Travis Green. Green bouncing off hits, but got stacked up In on that stop is Ike Spearman, the outside linebacker for Eastern Michigan. Let's take a look at this offensive unit for Bowling Green that has been absolutely phenomenal the last couple of weeks. You'll see Dominic Fluellen along with the chief, David Kekueva, the junior college transfer there, along with Alex Huddle, the interior bellwethers of this Bowling Green offensive line. And Travis Green leads this offensive skill set. Sean Joplin, Ryan Burbrink, and the fantastic senior tight end, Alex Baer. Johnson to put it up. Ronnie Moore on the grab. First down, Ronnie Moore. Good cut outside the numbers to the 40-yard line. Well, Moore is so dangerous out of the slot.
He's so fast and athletic, and he's a young guy, just a freshman, and they like what they see, and they're going to need a big day out of him today because they're down a couple of wide receivers. And how about this play? Look at the block on the outside by Travis Green, who we talk about as a great running back. It's a nice block on the corner and helps him pick up the first down.
Yeah, Dustin, Dave Clawson told it, you've got to be able to block if you're going to earn your reps carrying the football. So move the sticks for Bowling Green now out of the eye for quarterback Matt Johnson. Go back to the ground game. Travis Green got in space. Look at him battle his way. Dustin, he's a $180, but he is able to so well effectively run after first contact.
It's incredible. He's able to pick his holes and doesn't shy away from contact, as we talked about in the open, and really does a nice job. Great vision for a guy who never really played running back. That's the hard thing to comprehend. He's a former wide receiver.
He took over for Anton Samuel, his former high school teammate, out of Carroll City, Florida. So give Green 7 on that toe to the football. Just underway, Bowling Green. Look at the setup there, battle with Buffalo. Travis Green outside the numbers in space. Travis Green to the 20-yard line before he got hauled down. That's 33 yards for Green and a first down. That zone read, Dustin, is lethal. Do you have to have offensive linemen, though, that can get out to the edge for you?
You got to have athletic guys in space, and you also have to have a guy like Alex Baer on the outside there that playing the tight end position, who basically leads the charge as basically Travis Green shows you why he's so talented. Speed on the outside, and he's tough. Takes about 3-4 guys to bring this guy down.
Yeah, it does. 33 yards at Stan Parrish was, he knew, as Dustin and I spoke with Stan this week about the challenges that his defense would face. Again, zone read. Green looking for the cutback. Travis Green got belted down as he got inside the 15, but Dustin, they're always seemingly at second and short. 6, 7, 8 on first down for Bowling Green.
It's going to be tough for Eastern Michigan today to really stop Bowling Green. They're going to have to get ahead. You mentioned, Mike, on those early downs and try and get some stops to put them in 3rd and long instead of 2nd and 3 and 3rd and 2, things like that. Bowling Green's just going to pick their way and pick up easy first downs. You
see the Eastern Michigan starting defense. Pat O'Connor, Kalanje Kashama have been good. That secondary will be tested as well before the day is over. It's 2nd and 3 in the red zone for Bowling Green. Travis Green on the cutback, and Green got knifed down. That was a good hit from Donald Coleman. The strong safety came up in run support and got Green down to bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, boy, Donald Coleman had a heck of a game last 2 weeks ago against Western Michigan. 14 tackles in that game. He was involved a bunch in that Western game.
Yeah, he's one of those seniors that are playing their final game here at Rynearson Stadium today. 3rd down, and let's call it a long 2. Bowling Green on the year at 50% as you see it, leading the Mid-American Conference in their 3rd down pickups. Matt Johnson will trigger the out off the hands of Alex Baer. He ran Baer on that quick out, couldn't find him, and that's going to bring the field goal unit out for Bowling Green.
And that's surprising, the drop by Baer there. He's one of the top players on his team, an all-MAC performer from a season ago, and Like you've talked to NFL scouts. They like Baer. They like Baer.
Yeah, oh, no question. I mean, this guy, because he can play close to the football, in line, but he also can flex. You're right. They really do like him. This will be a 30-yard field goal attempt for Tyler Tate, the 3rd-year sophomore. Plenty of leg for Tate, even though you see that wind knock that football down, but he'll split the uprights. Tyler Tate puts 3 on the board to give Bowling Green the early lead. But Does Stan Parrish consider that a win for his defense?
Absolutely a win. When you consider what they did against Ohio University by going up against a very good defense and putting up 49 in that game, think about that. I mean, they scored literally almost every possession that they had. To get a stop in this game is going to be crucial. Instead of 7 on the board, it's 3.
Yeah, our pal Rocky Boyman and I were right there. We called it, and
That was a fun one.
It was 28-0 in 4 possessions. So, and again, as Stan Parrish told us, he knew that there would be a tremendous challenge for his defensive unit. There's Stan Parrish. You see Stan? He's tucked away right there. You'll see him. Dustin, he decided it would be better. He's been upstairs all year long. He thought it would be better to stay there for his football team.
Well, it's funny, Ron English was the head coach here. He gets let go. And remember, he called the plays defensively. Mm-hmm. That's rare in FBS for a head coach to call defensive calls. So not a lot changes offensively. That's a good sign for Eastern Michigan's defense that they held up, and now they can continue the continuity with Stan Parrish calling all the offensive plays. He wanted to, like you said, keep things as close to the same as they could.
Yeah, exactly. And you saw that field goal attempt. So Bowling Green into this stiff breeze. Anthony Farinella has got it teed up. Back in the deep spots, Jaleel Canty and Tyler Allen. But they're standing around the 20-yard line.
It's a big headwind.
Yes, it is. And
that's a big penalty.
That is going to give, Eastern Michigan outstanding operating position here with the football to begin their first drive of the afternoon. All right, let's take a look at that young heralded true freshman. There he is out of Toledo St. John's, just down the road here south on US 23, about 35 miles from Ypsilanti. Dusted third collegiate start. How do you think he's fared in trying to accept this challenge as an 18-year-old?
I think he's done a decent job. Remember, he beat Western Michigan.
Yeah.
They come back in that game. They're down and lead them late. They win that game in overtime. They like his confidence for a young guy.
Yeah, huge rivalry game that Eastern Michigan came back and won. Ryan Brumfield has done an excellent job at the running back spot. Roll back to put it up. Well, he fired that out. And it was hauled in and caught by Darius Jackson. Let's check that. It was Quincy Jones on that grab. Eastern Michigan's offense. There you see this offensive line. Lincoln Hansen and Orlando McCord started to play a lot of good football on that right side for head coach Stan Parrish.
Keep an eye on Jay Kirkham right there in the middle. He's the guy that they like a lot on that offensive line.
Dustin Creel and Donald Scott, Tyrese Russell, an excellent tight end, and Ryan Brumfield has been excellent of late. And that carry is to Ryan Brumfield, but DJ Lynch said, no, you won't. He wears number 7 here out of Avondale High School, not far from here, Pontiac, Michigan. An excellent search and hit outside backer. Let's take a look at this Bowling Green defense. Keep an eye on Jarius Campbell and Charlie Walker, the nose and one of the defensive ends. They've been playing very good football. The linebacking core misses Gabe Martin, but you just saw DJ Lynch and Paul Swan has stepped into that Mike linebacking spot. Love the secondary. Veterans, all of them. Boo Boo Gates, one of the best in the Mid-American Conference. Rollback's throw off the hands and incomplete as he was looking to find tight end Tyrese Russell. 3 and out for Eastern Michigan.
He's throwing the ball a little bit high. Maybe a little bit of nerves for him today.
Too amped up?
Maybe a little amped up. Remember, it's senior day. The guys on the sideline are all jacked up for the game and everything. So not a great start to the game, but look at the field position they have right now.
Yeah. Owen Dubiel to put the football away. He's going to get a terrific roll as Ryan Burbrink yells fire and gets out of there. Look at this football with a 30-mile-an-hour wind.
Wow.
It's going to push that
Are
football
you kidding me?
down to the 1-yard line. Oh, baby. Stan Parrish likes drawing that up from his punt cover team.
I wish I could have that on some of my putts on the golf course so I could knock it in.
I love it. Bowling Green with the early lead. Have you ever seen a football be pushed like that? Dave Clawson, the head coach, and his Bowling Green Falcons are looking to rack up their 8th win of the year and go to 6-1 in the MAC East here in this cold, blustery, windy, as you just saw, by a football being blown over 20 yards down to the 1-yard line.
Have you ever seen that before,
No,
Michael?
Not like that. No. Matt Johnson now backed up at his own goal line. Now get the football in the running game. And that's the big fella, William Houston, the 265-pound freshman, the transfer from Ohio State. Well, look at Matt Johnson in his last couple of football games. This is the entire offense. They've outscored the opposition 87-0 in the last 7 quarters, Dustin.
It's incredible, but don't not give credit to the Bowling Green defense, too, because the BG defense is one of the best in the entire country, and that helps out an offense without question.
Now give William Houston. Normally we see him at the goal line when Bowling Green's trying to go in for 6. But Dave Clawson got him that first down carry that got him to the 4. Again on a zone read, Matt Johnson will keep the football. Dustin, when we say zone read, what's a quarterback reading and making his determination on?
Well, it depends. I mean, he's looking at the outside backer or the defensive end. He's trying to see, hey, is he going to come down? Should I give the ball off or hang on to it? Right there, that was actually a little, almost like a counter zone read because they pulled the guard and they could have handed the football off. In fact, I think it would have been a bigger gain, but decides to hold on to the football.
Look at how efficient Johnson has been. 3-time MAC Offensive Player of the Week. 5 of his football games, he's hit over 70% of his throws. And that, by the way, that 154 pass efficiency quarterback rating is in the top 20 all over the FBS. Now go right back to the ground game, and it's going to depend on the spot. Travis Green got walloped as he needed to get just across the 10, and they will move the sticks. There's 180 pounds going to give him the football inside. Go get us a yard.
You look at a guy like William Houston, you think he'd come in on 3rd and short.
Yeah.
No, they keep Travis Green in the game. That's how confident they are in a 3rd and 1 situation that he could pick up that first down.
So a couple of 3 runs, William Houston. Matt Johnson, zone read. Travis Green, zone read. Bowling Green moves the sticks from out beneath their own goal line. A lot of movement now. Now, Eastern Michigan seems to think that's going to be a legal procedure on a false start. That's Jeff Cervinsky, gentleman with the white hat, our referee today, as they got Alex Huddle, the 295-pounders. Huddle, he wears number 55. He had a really good year. This Bowling Green offensive line has been tremendous. You know, there's a lot of zone block, combination block schemes, right?
Well, they're athletic, and that's what allows them to do all these schemes.
First and 15 from the 6. Johnson off play action. Matt Johnson will trigger the out, and it was dropped in and out of the hands of wide receiver Sean Joplin. Joplin, the leading receiver on this football team. They lost their big play guy, Chris Gallen, before the Toledo game in late October. Joplin's had a good November.
He's done a nice job, and on that route in particular, he does an excellent job. He runs a little 15-yard comeback. He runs it, he breaks it off. He's got Jerron Gillespie in man coverage. And he doesn't push off, but he does an excellent job to come out of his cut. He's got to come up with this catch. That's a ball he's going to want to have back when he watches the film.
2nd and 15. Johnson checked down. He's got it picked off. Touchdown. Pick 6. Eastern Michigan. Sean Kurtz.
How about Sean Kurtz, the 5th-year senior, coming up with a big play on senior day? Michael, he had an interception against Howard. One of their only wins of the season, set up the game-winning touchdown as a big touchdown today.
Yeah, think about it. That's in traffic, reaching down below his knees. That's not an easy ball to come up with. He handled it like he should be a running back or a wide receiver. So Sean Kurtz with a pick 6. And Eastern Michigan will take the lead here in the opening quarter. Dylan Mulder adding the PAT. That's a huge defensive play. I'll take that. Sudden change, touchdown. Sean Kurtz, Eastern Michigan. Huge moment for Sean Kurtz, huge moment for the Eastern Michigan Eagles defensively. Now they've held Bowling Green to a stop, really, and made them put 3 on the board with a field goal. And Kurtz comes up, and I use that term sudden change, Dustin, because that's exactly what this may be.
I'm just impressed with the way the defense has played early in this game. The offense for BG have been so explosive on the year. They might find themselves in a ball game here, Michael.
Yeah, Ronnie Moore from the 5 with all kinds of speed. He got upended as he hit the 25-yard line. So Bowling Green has not been able to establish the pass game yet with the most efficient thrower in the MAC and Matt Johnson. Now they find themselves down, so we'll see what their answer is and how they respond.
It's interesting the way they've come out. It seems like they want to be a little bit more conservative. They have the wind in their face, and so they're not taking a lot of shots down the field, but it may come back to bite them a little bit here. If Eastern can take advantage of this and get a stop here and can maybe put another touchdown on the board, it could be an interesting ball game.
They started that drive for the 1-yard line, but Sean Kurtz had the big pick 6, the Californian. Johnson to put it up. Got that wheel route. And he wanted to find wheeling out of that backfield Tyler Beck. Beck wasn't able to haul it in. So Dave Clausen comes out throwing here. And again, they're going into about a 30-mile-an-hour breeze in their faces here in this opening quarter.
Yeah, folks can't see the flags atop of the goalpost. The goalposts actually are moving. The wind is that strong right now. There you get a look at it. Good job by the camera crew.
They're all over it, as always. Producer Jeff Bentley and all the gang. Always good to have them with us here for MAC football. Johnson again checking down. This is Ronnie Moore on the grab. Ronnie Moore with speed. He got that sideline, and see you later. Now we do have a flag. Ronnie Moore, if it stands, it's 74 yards to the house. But wait a minute.
I'm looking at Matt Johnson standing at the 20-yard line with his hands on his hips, but it's going to count. It's going to count. What a touchdown run by Ronnie Moore. I think Matt Johnson was just trying to hold his celebration back. He didn't want to go nuts before he knew it was going to count.
Yeah, he was standing back at the 35-yard line. He wanted to make sure referee Jeff Servitsky, he's still talking to Servitsky. Well, here it is. Look, This is just flat-out speed.
And poor tackling on the side of Eastern Michigan. They've got to get him down. But at the end of the run, you see how fast Ronnie Moore is, the freshman from Florida. He's got that Florida speed now.
Yeah, he does. No doubt about that. Ronnie Moore, we talked to Dave Clawson about him. He felt that maybe they weren't getting the football into his hands as much as they would like. Tyler Tate has added the PAT. And this Bowling Green Falcon football team responds from their quarterback, Matt Johnson, throwing a pick six. Ronnie Moore, 70 yards to the house. Bowling Green on top, first quarter. And that Bowling Green offensive unit here, they got to feel good about that, Dustin. That 74-yard pitch and catch from Matt Johnson to the slot man, the speedster Ronnie Moore. So they answered. They responded to some adversity.
Well, and it was a great play by Ronnie Moore. But on the other side, I mentioned the poor tackling.
Yeah.
Eastern's got to make those plays if they want to stay in this football game. They want to consistently play with the big boys. You got to make those tackles. You got the wind helping you out a little bit, and you know that Bowling Green's not going to be able to take shots down the field. It's going to be dink and dunk passes in running game. So that was one that they would like to have back. But now let's see if they can respond, Michael, with Brogan Roback's second chance to get the football here.
That football being blown off the tee, and we did notice that the free safety Michael Swaim, he didn't take a particularly good route to try to get there out to that edge, and then he didn't get more on the ground either.
Well, it wasn't just him. I mean, there was a couple other guys who would like to have those plays back. You have to make those tackles, and it's not like Ronnie Moore's the biggest guy in the world. He's 5'9", 160. So you got to come in and you got to secure that tackle.
So Eastern Michigan to get their hands on the football again. Well, and look at this shot. It'll back up Tyler Allen inside the 5. This is Allen trying to get to the edge. He got pulled down. Oh, that's outstanding kick return coverage from Josh Pettis, the fifth-year senior, making the stop. Dustin, let's go back and take a look at how Ronnie Moore got to that boundary and turned it.
You see, it's just a little sit down, and then right there, bad tackling. Michael Swaim, bad tackling.
He got sucked up inside.
Yeah. Just technique stuff.
Well,
fundamental stuff. Which as a former defensive back, it frustrates you a little bit. You got to try. Those are the little things that's not athletic ability. You just got to. It's just fundamentals.
Sure. No, we'll talk to you about that as the game wears on too, about technique. Now this is Ryan Brumfield for Eastern Michigan on this first down carry. Well, look at the front of that Bowling Green front seven all over the football. Making the stop, making that first hit was Zach Colvin. Colvin wears number 92. Charlie Walker gave him some help. Snow flurries starting to fly again. Hey, did you look out the hotel window at about 9:15 this morning?
It was a blizzard, Michael.
Winter wonderland.
It was. I was like, hey,
it'll do that up here in Michigan.
We might have a little bit of snow for the game, and I was hoping, and the sun came out, but now we got a little precipitation.
All right, 4 wide receivers now at 2nd down and 8. Roll back, trying to set up that screen. Brumfield made the catch in the crowd. Now we've got a late flag. Boy, and this might be a hold on Eastern Michigan trying to get that screen set up.
Just trying to do anything here to get something going against this great Bowling Green defense.
Holding. Offense. Number 77. Half the distance to goal. 2nd down.
Lincoln Hansen, the fourth-year junior, the 305-pound right tackle, and playing in his 33rd football game for Eastern Michigan.
One thing I've noticed, we haven't seen Bronson Hill today.
No, not yet.
Not yet. And so I know he's got battling a little bit of an injury there, hamstring. Coach said earlier in the week. I'd keep an eye on that. Bronson Hill could be an explosive playmaker for this offense.
Roll back, run that delayed draw. Ryan Brumfield tried to explode to that second level. But coming up to make that hit was Rylan Ward. He wears number 15. You're going to love Rylan Ward. Dustin, I think he's one of the finest track down and hit free safeties we have in the country.
And you look at the way he plays. He's so rangy. He covers the middle of the field. He can go sideline to sideline. That's one of the things that NFL scouts talk about. They say, hey, how's his range?
Yeah.
This guy's got it.
Yeah. So very important, right? You play in that free safety spot. Yep. But I like the free safeties that want to come up, stick their nose in the run game and hit, too.
I'm with you. I was that guy.
I know you were. We'll talk to you about that. Brogan rollback. We're trying to throw the out in the crowd, and it got dislodged. Josh Pettis made that stick as he would put the hit on, it looked like Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones, all of you in the Cleveland area, he's from St. Ed's, a tradition-rich program, and Josh Pettis put the hit on him, and they're playing without Jude I.J. Bariba today.
Yeah, and he comes in and does a great job. I mean, he doesn't play a lot, but he's getting some action here. He's usually the dime guy, but forced into a little bit more nickel today. Josh Pettis is a big boy.
Senior.
Big boy, big senior.
Senior out of Detroit Southwestern High School. Well, Bowling Green's got to punt it away. Owen Dubell. They got to get the kind of roll that they did on that first one. Not bad here. They gained about another 12 yards as it's put down at the 38-yard line. So Bowling Green defensively right now, and again, now listen, this defensive unit along with Buffalo are the two best in the MAC, and they're making life tough on the true freshman quarterback, Brogan Roback.
Mike, they are 6th in FBS.
Yeah.
In scoring defense in the entire country. That's how good they are, and obviously they're number 1 in the MAC, and back-to-back years too. I mean, this defense is building, and I think part of that, and you've seen a lot more Bowling Green games than me, and you've talked to Coach Clausen, but veteran presence in the back end and the linebacker group.
You hit on it. Yeah. Huge. Dave Clausen talks. We're talking about all 3rd, 4th, and 5th year starters or players that have gotten a lot of reps in the rotation. Makes a world of difference. Now the run game for Bowling Green. And his first down carry, this is Fred Coppett. Coppett, the true freshman. Dave Clausen says straightaway speed, he's the fastest that they have.
Talk about that defense. Look at the numbers from the last couple seasons. They've actually gotten better this year. 16.8 points last year, 15 this year. Giving up a little bit more yards, but guys, that's amazing. Amazing to think about how good. And people talk about Maction and explosive offense. This is all about defense here at BG.
Says the defensive guy that we have here.
Is there some bias here?
Second straight carry, Fred Coppett found a cutback lane. First down and more as that Bowling Green offensive line will power Coppett into Eastern Michigan territory at the 45. That is a quick 14 yards of a first down.
As the snow continues to fall, you're going to see a lot more of this. Great blocking up front and just good vision by Coppett to get into the secondary.
You know, we told you that Travis Green's 180 pounds. Fred Coppett's 175. That young man right there. 175.
And he can fly.
Yeah, he can fly, but Dave Clawson said he's so impressed with the way his football team, these backs will run after contact. Look at the time for Matt Johnson.
All day.
Look at the time for Johnson, and look at the job that Eastern Michigan did in coverage in the secondary.
You have a situation like that where the quarterback has all day to throw. On the outside as wide receivers, you got to know to do the scramble drill. And they didn't do it in the back end. They kind of stopped there running their routes. They made it easy on Eastern Michigan's defense. Not going to take away from the job they did there, but you'd like to see the guys, the short routes go long, the long routes come back.
Willie Creer, along with Jerron Gillespie on the corners today. Michael Swaim, Donald Coleman, the safeties. And they're going with their base 4-3 right now. On 2nd and 10, back to the ground game. Fred Coppett with strength. Look at the push from the offensive line again. Coppett just got 13 and a first down, and 7 of those after first contact.
That's just pure domination by Bowling Green and by Coppett. That is will. That is, he wants it more than Eastern Michigan right now. And look at this. First contact, no. It takes 5 guys to bring him down.
Well, and that offensive line, too, again, you know, we talk about it. You saw Jacob Bennett, the left tackle. He and Dominic Fluellen.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Oh, Fluellen, yeah, bellwether of this offensive line, the left guard. We're inside 2 minutes left of this opening quarter. Bowling Green on the move. Throw that bubble screen, and this is Ronnie Moore. Great move by Moore. That was able to make a Jaleel Creer miss as Moore got planted at the 25-yard line. Michael Swaim made the hit. Now we've got an injured Bowling Green Falcon after the Ronnie Moore catch at the 39-yard line. Not able to identify right at the moment. It might be the tailback, Fred Coppett. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe not. Is it Sean Joplin?
It's hard to see his number.
Yeah, it is.
It's a single-digit number. It looks like. It might be Coppett.
I think it is Fred Coppett. Yeah. Fred Coppett,
12,
who wears number 12. The running back who had those 3 carries on this drive.
Well, you hope he's okay. He's started to get rolling here a little bit.
And Bowling Green a little bit banged up today. We mentioned they're without Heath Jackson. They've already lost Chris Gallen, one of their tremendous wide receivers for the year. Heath Jackson not playing today, who has caught touchdown passes the last 2 weeks. They don't have Jude I.J. Barima, as we mentioned. They're a very talented nickelback defensively. He's out today.
Justin Ford's out at the rover backer position.
Yeah.
It forces Brian Sutton to step up.
Yeah.
And they already lost Gabe Martin, the great outside backer.
Well, and again, Dustin, what's the largest job for a head football coach? And we talked to Dave Clawson this week, but you know, you've played in these type of situations. You know what's laying ahead in 6 days against Buffalo. You know, a winner-take-all trip to Detroit. What's the biggest challenge for a head football coach in trying to present your football team to come up here on the road and keep playing at a premium level?
Oh, what's even tougher about not looking ahead, it's who you play this week. It's not like you're playing a team who's above 500. Eastern's had a rough go at it this year, and they're a 2-8 team, and you have to keep your guys to not look beyond them. Don't take them lightly, if that makes any sense. Because remember, Buffalo is a heck of a football team now, and they play great defense, and they can score a lot of points. So you gotta continue to play and fight.
And that's exactly the message Dave Clawson is there. And Dave Clawson came in and he knew 2010 and 11 was going to be rough. But remember, all these guys you're seeing now, Boo Boo Gates, Ryland Ward, they were all freshmen. They were all freshmen, and now they've been playing for 3 and 4 years. All right, 2nd down and 3. We'll keep an eye on Fred Coppett. This is Travis Green on the call. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Very nice job by that front. Alex Jones, the redshirt freshman who wears number 90, came down from the defensive end and made the stop.
The Maple Heights grad from up in our neck of the woods.
Yeah. That's Cy Moffmer right there. Moffmer had his helmet dislodged. He's a 280-pound senior, so he's got to come off the football field.
Moffmer's a good player.
He is a good player.
He started every game last year. They like him, and senior as well. Senior day.
What does referee Jeff Cervinski have? He just made the motion to stop the clock. It's a 3rd down and 3 upcoming for Bowling Green, trying to add to their 10-7 lead.
There's the young freshman, Alex Jones, Maple Heights grad.
Yeah. Real good football player in that program and getting an opportunity, maybe a bit undersized, but
Shaq Washington from Maple Heights.
Shaq Washington, state champs.
Yeah,
a couple years ago.
Playing down at UC.
University of Cincinnati. He threw a touchdown pass on a jet sweep the other day. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
That was a Sports Center highlight delight here on ESPN. All right, 3rd down and 3. As we mentioned, Bowling Green tried to add to their lead. They're going to go 4 wide with Travis Green offset. Line to make, 22-yard line. Matt Johnson. Travis Green on the grab with speed. 1st down. Inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. Well, Johnson is so very, very efficient the way he spreads the football around.
That's almost like a run. They're just going to
extended handoff.
Yeah, basically, it's a swing pass, and especially with the wind in their face. We said they're not going to take shots down the field right now with the wind in their face, but that's a great way to get Travis Green in space and to force Eastern Michigan to break down and make tackles in space.
Keep an eye on Alex Baer. He's right there offset to the left. Where's number 82, the talented tight end? Lot of movement. Dustin thinks that's going to be an offside.
Seems like they jumped.
Aaron Pipkins, wears number 99, might have encroached.
And then he comes out of the game.
There's a look at that Eastern Michigan sideline, and what a November they've had to deal with.
Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Aaron Pipkins is saying, "What? Don't say I encroached. I got drawn offside by Alex Huddle."
Alex Huddle does the old, hey, he steps in the neutral zone. I'm gonna jump.
Yeah.
And it cost him 5 yards right there.
So that clock runs now, and remember Bowling Green in this opening quarter, going into this.
Tried to get away with something.
Matt Johnson on 1st down. Gun that throw, and it was put right on that number 9 to Sean Joplin. He didn't haul it in.
That's 2 drops today for Sean Joplin, who's a very skilled receiver. Doesn't drop a lot of passes.
Nope.
You wonder if in situations like this, the weather becomes a factor. The ball gets a little bit harder when it's cold out here, and it comes into your hands. I got gloves on right now in the booth right now. So I know it's cold out. It's tough to catch that ball.
Could you catch a rock with those gloves? Or would you want
with these isotoners?
Your tackified?
No, I need the tackified Nikes, baby.
I figured. Yeah, I thought so. 2nd and 15 for Johnson, looking to put it up. Check down underneath. Ronnie Moore made the grab. Moore with a good cut. Outside the numbers to the end zone. Touchdown, Ronnie Moore.
Just pure speed from Ronnie Moore, the freshman wide receiver, with his 2nd touchdown of the day, coming across in a little drag route, puts a move on the defender and shows you how fast he is as he gets to the pylon.
The speed of Ronnie Moore has been the most outstanding difference maker here in the first close to 15 minutes today. Second touchdown reception of the afternoon for Ronnie Moore. Tyler Tate to put point number 17 on the board. I tell you what, for going into a 30-mile-an-hour win in this first quarter, having a pick six go against you from your own goal line, pretty impressive 4 series of downs for Bowling Green, 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
It really is, to think about, hey, they're going to have to run the ball, not take shots down the field, do this little dink and dunk stuff, and here you see the touchdown with Ronnie Moore. Boy, the move he put on the defender was incredible. Donald Coleman, the strong safety, broke down, and I think he left a little something out there.
And again, you've been in that position to know.
I don't like that position.
I understand. How about Ronnie Moore today? And this is why for Donald Coleman, for Michael Swaim, again, you got to try to find a way to keep Moore in front of you. But the problem is, man, he is so elusive and has such an array of moves. Give you the leg, take it away. Before you know it, he's behind you and in the house.
Yeah, he is. He's a talent. And I was just going to make the point today, too, because this BG offense spreads the ball all over the field. You know, they have 16 touchdown passes on the season, but not one wide receiver has more than 3. And that was Ronnie Moore.
Yeah.
Now he's got 5.
Yep.
So maybe he's becoming the favorite target of Matt Johnson.
True freshman Ronnie Moore, and the votes are being tabulated, by the way, by Assistant Commissioner Ken Mather with regard to all of the MAC awards that'll be given out as the regular season comes to an end. And listen, Dustin, for me, I've already had Ronnie Moore very high in my consideration for Freshman of the Year. He's done nothing to hurt that today.
Who else would you put in consideration for Freshman of the Year?
You know, that's something that I'm going to say that there's, in my mind, we'll get into it a little bit later on. I'm going to say that there's 3 for me that deserve tremendous consideration for it. And, you know, the thing is, too, you got to consider redshirt freshmen that are playing their.
True. They've been in the system.
They've been in the system, but actually still a freshman. So we'll get into that a little bit later on. This line drive kickoff will drive Tyler Allen back to the 3 for Eastern Michigan. Nice return, Allen. He battled his way to the 35-yard line. Let's take a look at one of the freshmen that have to be in consideration, of course, Ronnie Moore. Look at the move there. Ronnie Moore, his second touchdown, jaunt of the day. Bowling Green, 17-7 lead. This will give you an idea about the blustery November conditions. Well, yeah, you expect that, though, right? Put your pads on and get taped up and get ready to go. Michael Regai, Dustin Fox. We start the second quarter. Big disparity in total yards today. Let's see if Brogan Roback, the freshman quarterback, and this offense of Eastern Michigan can do something about it. Now, that first down carry, you were asking about Bronson Hill. Bronson Hill has just checked in. Bronson Hill, the running back, and Ryan Brumfield both had over 100 yards rushing in that big win 2 weeks ago for Eastern over Western Michigan.
Yeah, and I remember I was up here in mid-October when Eastern was taking on Ohio University, and he put up almost 3 bills in that game and caught my eye a little bit. So he's a guy who can certainly make some plays. They're going to need that. I don't think Brogan Roback has a lot of confidence right now, so they're going to need to pick up the running game, especially against the wind here.
A true freshman to put it up. Now Roback got flushed, and his throw will carry out of bounds. There was heat on from Bowling Green's front four. Jarius Campbell out of Pickerington North High School. All of you checking it out today in the Columbus, Ohio area know about Pickerington North. Very strong program. Campbell was putting the heat on quarterback Brogan Roback. And Dustin, it has been 3 and out and 3 and out and 3 and out for Eastern Michigan. So, and now they're facing 3rd and long here on this series of downs.
And it's a tough spot to be in, especially with the wind in your face. A 3rd and 7.
Roback with pressure coming, forced him out of the pocket, and that throw almost got picked off. Jerry Boo Boo Gates had that football sighted up, but there was pressure from that outstanding linebacker, DJ Lynch.
Boy, DJ Lynch gets in there in a hurry. The 2 guys we mentioned on that play, Boo Boo Gates and DJ Lynch, it's a reason this defense is so good. How about how athletic he is? He gets in there. And Roback is frustrated right now. He looks frustrated.
Yeah, and again, now we're talking about as whistles fly here on this Eastern Michigan punt. We'll have to do it again. But we're talking, in Brogan Roback, we're talking about an 18-year-old young man. That last year at this time.
Offense, number 5. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
All right, so cost Eastern Michigan 5. Last year at this time, he's playing in the Ohio High School playoffs for his St. John's Titans.
And here he is going up against one of the best defenses in the country. It's not an easy spot to be in.
No.
But they like the prospect of him. Remember, he unseated Tyler Benz, who was starter since last year. As you see the punt.
Just being knocked down and dying and going to the grave into this win is that punt only to the 45-yard line of Bowling Green. All right, so here's Bowling Green when we talk about this defensive football team to start out with, but you go down to the bottom of that, Dustin, they possessed the football for almost 34 minutes. That's extraordinarily huge, and they can convert 3rd downs and move the sticks.
I mean, the stats right there tell you how talented this team is, how good they are. The time of possession to me is incredible. You think about how many points they can score a game, and yet they still maintain possession. It tells you they're a balanced football team.
And they'll try to add with excellent operating position here from their 45. Zone read, and this is the quarterback, Matt Johnson. And Sean Kurtz said, I got you sighted up. I already picked 6'd you. Now I'm going to give you a wallop. There's Kurtz. Good-looking football player. Tough guy.
Yeah, man, it's senior day. Already got in the end zone once. Leader of this defense. Now, I remember talking to Ron English a couple weeks back when he was the head coach. He said, that's one of the guys in this team. You know what you're going to get from each and every day. Comes lunch pail guy, comes to work. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys you know you can win with.
I know what you're saying. And coaches seem to really gravitate toward those blue-collar guys.
Yeah.
Eastern Michigan's showing blitz. Johnson on the waggle. Johnson's comeback is caught by Sean Joplin. Now, did Joplin step out of bounds here at about the 36? Or was he out of bounds and then come back in to make the catch, which you cannot do? We'll have to wait and see. I think it might be an offensive pass interference on Joplin, Dustin.
I saw a lot of contact at the end of the route. It's hard to say because Joplin goes throwing, he goes flying past.
Pass interference. Offense.
There it is.
Number 9. 15-yard penalty. Second down.
It was Jerron Gillespie, the cornerback, who ends up getting thrown past by Joplin.
At this point, it's been a tough day for Sean Joplin. He's had a couple of drops, and now he tries to create space for himself and gets flagged.
He might have had a foot out of bounds when he caught the ball, too.
I thought so. Yeah. That's why I mentioned it, yeah.
So this is where you want to be if you're Eastern Michigan. 2nd and 23. Be cognizant of a screen right here. This is a perfect down to take a shot and try and get Travis Green in space and make some guys miss.
Dial up a zone blitz here, maybe?
Potentially.
2nd and long. Doesn't look like it. They're going to rush 4.
I'd probably play coverage.
And that's what they're going to do. Matt Johnson guns his throw. Ryan Burbrick in the seam. Burbrick with speed.
Wow.
Burbrick got tracked down at the 10-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle for Eastern Michigan, but Ryan Burbrick on that 2nd and long seam route, and he was off.
Jerron Gillespie falls down and allows Burbank, but I'm telling you, Travis Green comes from 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, it seems like, to outrun Burbank to be the lead blocker. How about that?
That's a 58-yard pitch and catch from Matt Johnson to Ryan Burbrink, knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the 9. Play action. Johnson. Pressure coming. Down he goes. Excellent hit from Kalanji Kashama. Kashama played a lot of football, his 46th football game, and came up and made the stop.
Kashama's had a nice career for Eastern Michigan. One of 17 players from Canada.
How about that?
Playing in FBS.
Yep. His brother Alain played on 5 miles down the road for Lloyd Carr in Michigan when Stan Parrish was the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator for Lloyd Carr, his good friend.
Remember Stan coming and calling on me, recruiting me back in the day?
Nice. Blitz coming here. Johnson going to throw the fade. Travis Green had 6 in his hands. It did not secure the football.
Sometimes those are the hardest to catch. When no one's around you, they loft it up, it's pat and go, and you just can't come down with it. Boy, out of the backfield. And Michael Swaim is really struggling today. Really struggling.
Third now and goal for the 16-yard line. 4 wide for Matt Johnson. Johnson got to get out of there and lost his footing, and is going to bring up a 4th down. And Dave Clawson, with this 25 to 30 mile an hour wind at his back, will get Tyler Tate on the football field to try to belt through his 2nd make of the day.
And this will be a win whether they make it or miss it for Eastern Michigan's defense, because they had 6.
Yeah, and I think the wind, whether it's a make or miss, might carry this football to Detroit Metro Airport, which is about 12 miles away from here. Out of the hold of Alex Baer from 34 yards away, and it is true and right there. Tyler Tate puts 3 more on the board. 10:39 left of the 2nd quarter. Bowling Green trying to set up their big battle with Buffalo with a win. Leads it by 13. Bowling Green's Falcons, trying to win their 8th of the year and go to 6-1 in the MAC and set up that huge MAC East Division showdown with Buffalo next week. With a 20-7 lead. There's your scoring drive, Dustin, as again they were able to play out a short field, although they left 4 points out there because Travis Green had 6.
Baby. He had one right in his breadbasket and just dropped it.
That's Tyler Allen back in one of the deep spots, Jaleel Canty in the other, Anthony Farinella now with the wind at his back.
They need a big return from Allen here to set up some field position with the win. Allen, one of the all-time greats in kick returning history for Eastern Michigan.
From about 3 yards deep, and he's going to take a knee. And that'll bring Brogan Roback out, this true freshman quarterback, to play on the long football field here. Would like to see Eastern Michigan be able to put a drive together. And now Stan Parrish told us this week, and of course we've both known Stan for a long, long time. He said, Dustin, Michael, there's no secrets here. We got to get the football up over the top of them defensively by whatever means possible, knowing that likes the way Brumfield and Hill are running the football, but they know they can't slug it out against Bowling Green.
No, Bowling Green's too explosive. They're going to score a lot of points. They got to try and keep up and have quick strikes.
Roback wanted to take a shot. Now he checked down and hit Tyrese Russell, who was standing out of bounds when he received the football. Incomplete.
It seemed like Roback could have just ran for the first down there instead of trying to force that out to Russell, who actually makes a great catch. It's hard to see from the angle if he was in bounds. They ruled him out of bounds. But I think Rogan needs to just pick up that first down. Move the chains. Get yourself some confidence going and see where it goes from there.
2nd and 10 now for Brogan Roback, true freshman quarterback, 3rd college start. Back to the ground game, just not much there. Oh, this Bowling Green, they're going to swarm you now. Is in on that hit for Bowling Green was Ted Ouellette. Ouellette wears number 93. Paul Swan also in on the hit, but Ouellette is a 285-pound senior. And again, 3rd down and long for Eastern Michigan. Jay Jones and Dustin Creel. Dustin Creel,
called his name once
outstanding receiver. Blitz coming off the corner. Roback had to throw it away. Well, Jerry Boo Boo Gates was coming off that corner, and Roback sensed it and had to get rid of the football. Another 3 and out, Dustin, for Stan Parrish's true freshman quarterback, and they're going to have to find a way to start putting some drives alive.
They need to get some confidence. I talked there. I mean, you have a chance to pick up a first down. You don't run it. You try and make a play, and they need something to get going, something positive, and that is not positive. That's going to be great field position for Bowling Green as the kick is shanked and the wind holds it up a little bit.
Yeah, very short kick, only going to travel, in the neighborhood of about 20 yards. And once again, Bowling Green here in the second quarter with 9:38 left is going to be playing on a short field and starting from inside Eastern Michigan territory.
Great opportunity for Bowling Green to come in here and on this drive in particular to get those points back you left out there in the previous drive and really establish some dominance because, Eastern Michigan early in this game with that pick six, you had the early lead. Maybe you had a little confidence. You get down 20 points here before half. Could be interesting to see what happens the rest of the game.
Yeah, and Eastern Michigan has not picked up a first down today, as we've been alluding to. 3 and outs.
Yeah, sorry, Mike. They just don't have enough firepower to keep up.
Run the reverse, put it in the hands of Ronnie Moore. Got a block from Matt Johnson. Not a bad job, though, coming up from the secondary for Eastern Michigan, as Ray Tillman, who wears number 31, came up and made that hit. Well, Ronnie Moore is getting repetitions today, is he not?
He's getting a lot of love with a couple guys banged up. Heath Jackson's out today, so we know Ronnie Moore is going to see a lot of touches today in a lot of different ways.
Got 4 on that reverse. 2nd and 6 for Matt Johnson out of the I. Travis Green, the tailback. And this is Green. Good cutback. Excellent vision, Travis Green. You notice how that Bowling Green offensive line, Dustin, in mass, they try to swarm to their running back to get him that extra push. They've done it 3 or 4 times today before the whistle's blown.
It can help them pick up an extra, like I said, 2-3 yards. And instead of it being, 3rd and 4, it's 3rd and 1.
Huge.
It's incredible.
From left to right, Jacob Bennett at the left tackle, Dominic Fluellen at the left guard, the Chief, David at Kekaweva, the center, Alex Huddle, the right guard, and Logan Dietz, the right tackle.
Give him some love.
Yeah, that's why I just did.
I know you did.
This is a strong offensive line. Play action, Johnson, outstanding defensive play off that edge. As the sack came from Eastern Michigan, is coming up to make that hit off the edge was, I don't know. I don't think they got Donald Scott playing defensively, do they?
Derek Williams, the linebacker, coming off the edge with a great job.
Derek Williams, it's a 47. Okay. Thank you for the pickup there. Williams came and made that hit. And on the sack of Matt Johnson, excellent defensive play. Brian Schmidtbush, one of the best in the MAC, to boot it away. Was staggering under that punt. But to make that catch, Jaleel Canty. Well, there's Brian Williams on that hit. Very nice job. Eastern Michigan football. Great to have you with us here inside a blustery and cold Rynearson Stadium. Michael Regai, Dustin Fox, Bowling Green with their 20-7 lead a week before their big MAC East Division showdown. And well, Eastern Michigan's still looking for their first down of the afternoon. And they're going to go to the ground game. Ryan Brumfield on that first down call for the Eagles.
Yeah, they got to build some confidence. They got to move the chains, Michael. And until they do that, they're not going to get over that hump. They had a similar problem a few weeks back when I covered them against Ohio. They couldn't get a first down. All of a sudden they did, and then it started. They got a little momentum. They started getting more. They got big chunks of yards, and then they score some points.
Yeah, and the true freshman quarterback, Brian Roback, as you look at Ryan Brumfield with his second down call. Brumfield tried to make that cut, but Gabe Martin, DJ Lynch planted him. I mentioned Gabe Martin, of course, the All-MAC linebacker that has been injured and out. DJ Lynch on the hit. But Roback is just 1 of 7 for 4 yards. He hadn't been able to get the ball in the hands of Dustin Creel, Tyrese Russell, Jay Jones.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Mike, you got guys on the outside, okay, and especially a guy like Tyrese Russell. Since Roback has taken over, Russell's production has went down a little bit. You'd like to see him target on him a little bit. He's an NFL caliber tight end, and they got him here in the game.
Try to pick up the first down here. Roback's in a lot of trouble. Lot of trouble. Threw the football away. He was outside the tackle box and got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Just decision making by Roback right now. Obviously, he's got pressure and it's tough and everything, but you got to make sure you're outside the tackle box, get rid of the football. Don't try and be too cute with it. Or try and run with the ball. I mean, I think initially he could have, in that situation, maybe picked up a couple extra yards.
Yeah, he was rated a four-star quarterback prospect, but Boo Boo Gates just on that. Do you see him from the top of your screen? Gates is number 24, and he's coming again, and Roback's in all kinds of trouble. He just put this up for grabs. It's going to get picked off. Intercepted by Ryland Ward of Bowling Green. Why Roback can't do that, Stan Parrish will tell him, put the football up in the air for grabs. Ryland Ward, the free safety on the pick.
For a defense that's as good as they are, they only have 3 picks on the year. And that's going to be the easiest one he has all year. How about that?
Yeah.
Ryland Ward, the rangy safety.
Now, Ryland Ward is like a center fielder in baseball. I mean, he had a chance to gauge that, almost like a ball coming off the bat on his run-up to come up with a pick.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen some poor decisions from Roback right now. And look, he's a freshman. He's trying to make a play. So I'm not going to fault the guy.
Yeah.
At some point in this game, do you think about going to Tyler Benz? You know,
I think
maybe the moment's a little too big for him. He's only 18. It's not going to hurt his confidence and all that stuff. You didn't expect him to play this year anyway. Mm-hmm. Benz has been in these situations. He's started a lot of games. I think it's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that is who, by the way, that Brogan Roback supplanted. Tyler Benz was a starting quarterback, a fourth-year junior, and has had a couple of solid performances. Now, Eastern Michigan is going to take this time out on the defensive side of the football, and the last 3 series for Bowling Green, with that 25 to 30 mile an hour breeze at their back here at Rynearson Stadium, has started each possession of the last 3 on Eastern Michigan's side of the football field.
It's huge for field position, and it's a big advantage for BG in this quarter to get some points, and Eastern is still hasn't got a first down, Michael.
No. Well, and a lot of it is because of what you're going to see right here. Now, Dustin and I have been extolling the virtues of, we think, they're one of the top 20 defenses that we have in the FBS. Bowling Green and Buffalo going back and forth with a lot of number 1 numbers in the MAC. But, Dustin, here it is. That's what Dave Clawson took over 2010.
100th in FBS to now 6th. And you know what it is? It's guys like Boo Boo Gates playing as a freshman.
Yep.
Guys who are in the system. They know where to be. Gaps sound. And all of a sudden, you're on a string defensively.
No question.
In the back end, linebackers. You know, I played on great defenses at Ohio State. That's what happens when you
and Travis Green is out the back door and into the end zone. Zone read. Travis Green picked his spot, and Eastern Michigan's defense getting wore down now because they've been on the football field so much. I'm not sure anybody put a hand on Travis Green here. Let's see.
This is going to be just too easy. Michael Swaim right there, the free safety, comes up, breaks down, doesn't even touch him. He's got to come up and near leg, near shoulder that guy and make a tackle.
Now the 28-yard touchdown jaunt for Travis Green, and Eastern Michigan's defense again just beleaguered on the football field way too much as Tyler Tatel had the PAT. And Bowling Green has stretched this lead to 27-7. Don't go away. We'll see if Stan Parrish will indeed look to possibly make a move offensively. to try to re-energize struggling Eagles. Bowling Green's Falcons, they have been on a roll of late. Now, in the last 9 quarters of football, they have outscored their opposition. You ready for this? 114-7. This is the last 9 quarters of football now. As that's a driving kickoff from Anthony Farinella will sail over the head of Tyler Allen. So we'll take a look. So Brogan Roback is going to stay the true freshman with this Eastern Michigan offense. And again, Dustin and I, just for conversation purposes, Tyler Benz, the 4th-year junior, has had some big moments, has been the starter. But it's a tough call for Stan Parrish.
There's a couple things you can look at when you have a situation like this. I mean, you want the young kid to experience some adversity, going up against a good defense. You want him to have some success against this defense. And if it's not going to happen, at some point you might just want to protect the kid.
Well, they made the move. It is going to be Tyler Benz. So Brogan Roback will stand and take a look at it. So Tyler Benz, who began the year as the starter, they're going to run the football with Bronson Hill. But look at the swarm from that Bowling Green defense. Bowling Green's so good. Zach Colvin in on the hit. Colvin had some help as well from Charlie Walker, the 4th-year junior.
And just like we talked about, Tyler Benz is a guy who has played a lot of football for Eastern Michigan. 10 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. The problem they had with him early in the season is that he got to the red zone and would throw picks in the end zone.
Couldn't finish
the drives. And so they decided to go to the freshman and give him some love and give him some opportunities. But in this game, I think it's the right call.
Benz with his first throw of the day. Well, that throw sailed on him as Ryland Ward was in the neighborhood. Quincy Jones, the intended receiver.
Now, you'll monitor how long it takes him to get warmed up.
Right.
It's 35 degrees out here, man. There's not heaters on the sideline like in the NFL and heated benches and all that stuff. So he's got to get out there and get loose quick.
He does. But as you said, I mean, it's a young man who's played a lot of football here.
A lot of
2-year starter at Eastern Michigan. Tyler Benz, he's out of Park Ridge, Illinois. And led Eastern Michigan to some wins a year ago. Now Benz came underneath. It was off the hands of a wide receiver, Jay Jones, and incomplete. So a 3-and-out in Ben's first series at the quarterback spot, and there are still no first downs. no first downs picked up by either one. They got one first down. Well, they did. They picked up that one first down in that previous series. Okay. One first down today. Owen Dubiel punt is fair caught right at the midfield stripe by Ryan Burbrink. I mean, this is an offense's dream, Dustin. This is now 4 consecutive exchange of possessions, and Bowling Green has been no worse than where they are right now at the midfield stripe.
You're giving them half the field to work with, and you have the wind behind your back. It's a huge advantage for Bowling Green, and right now Eastern Michigan's got to do a good job to get out of this half, not down 35 points.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the things that have been going on around the MAC. Terry Bowden, 4 wins this year, 2-year extension to be the head coach at the University of Akron. The Buffalo Bulls, they went down to Yager Stadium and just laid it on Miami. They are the MAC East leader, although Bowling Green could tie them today. And Jordan Lynch and the Northern Illinois Huskies, Rod Carey, head coach, congratulations, men. Another phenomenal year. This is Matt Johnson on the carry on the zone read, and Johnson got belted on that first down carry.
I think a win for Eastern Michigan here would be to not give up any points, or if you have to, give up a field goal, get the ball back, get to halftime, and then you come out in the second half with the win.
Sure, yeah. See what you can do. It's going to be a 2nd and 8 now for Matt Johnson. Looking to put it up. Pressure coming, and his throw was low, and it is caught. Well, that's a nice-looking grab from Sean Joplin. Well, Joplin had to go down to the turf. That football thrown below his knees, and he cradled it and made the catch.
And boy, great pressure from Kalanji Kashama again. Just about a half a second too late, man. That could have been a big play for Eastern's defense.
Kashama was bringing the heat from the edge, but that'll move the chains at the 36-yard line on the Joplin catch. We're inside 4 minutes left in this first half. And this is Travis Green on the call. And Green got tracked down for the backside. An excellent defensive play. As
Ike Spearman
off that outside linebacking spot made the hit.
I like Ike Spearman a lot. I've seen him play a couple times this season, and he's a guy that's always seems to be in the right position. He's athletic.
2nd down and 9.
Had an interception against Western Michigan. That was a strong year. 73 tackles, 2 picks.
Round the football a lot. Ike Spearman. Outside linebacker, just a sophomore, 225-pounder. 2nd and 9. Zone read carry Travis Green. This time, Eastern Michigan was there and awaiting Travis Green. Didn't let him get that cutback angle.
Green on the carry. Walker, number 93, and done.
And that Eastern Michigan hit making a stop. Young man we saw on the blitz, Derek Williams. Williams made the hit and had some help from Cy Moffmer. Moffmer wears number 93 right there at that zero technique. 3rd and 5 for Matt Johnson. Put it in the hands of Travis Green. He had nowhere to go. Defense rising up for Eastern Michigan. Mike Steele on the hit.
Again, they're going to try and do that extended handoff with a pass and get Travis Green out on the edge, and Mike Steele does a nice job staying home.
Yeah, he did. And Dustin, how about this? Dave Clawson with the wind, with a 20-point lead inside 2 minutes of the first half. He's going for it on 4th down and 8 from the 34-yard line of Eastern Michigan.
I like it.
Johnson will try to pick it up. Buying time, Matt Johnson. Now going to hoist for Ronnie Moore. Got it! Touchdown! Ronnie Moore, Bowling Green.
That's completed to number 5, Ronnie Moore. Touchdown, Falcons.
You call that a trifecta. That's number 3 on the day for Ronnie Moore. And Coach Clausen shows he wants to be aggressive. He knows his defense is doing a great job today. Goes for it on 4th down. And Matt Johnson has all day to throw. Put the vision down the field, and boy, Donald Coleman gets turned around a little bit. There's our man Ronnie Moore with number 3.
And Matt Johnson just threw Ronnie Moore open.
Yep,
I mean, Ronnie Moore raised his hand, said, "I'm gonna break this route off. Find me."
That's street ball. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But hey, you get in these situations, you're hanging out with your buddies when you're a kid. You're like, go long.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what happened.
That's a great way to describe it. He was running a deep cross.
Yeah.
And then just broke it off, put his hand up. Johnson spotted him. And again, Eastern Michigan letting plays get over their heads at that back line of their secondary.
It's been a problem for them all year. Big explosive plays given up by that EMU defense.
3 touchdown catches today for the essay candidate for the MAC Freshman of the Year award, Ronnie Moore. And this Bowling Green offense just continues to, but Dustin and I have been talking about this whole second quarter. They've played on a short field.
It's been a lot easier for them going 50 instead of 80. And you look at the numbers from Ronnie Moore. Michael comes into this game with only 3 touchdowns on the season. He matches that number today to go to 6.
And Bowling Green just continues their incredible run in these last 3 football games of offensive proficiency and piling up the points. As that kickoff again drilled out of the end zone by Anthony Farinella. Let's take one more look. How about Johnson buying time too?
Just the old street ball. Having some
It
funs
worked.
in the schoolyard.
When it puts 7 on the board, a head coach will certainly, in film study, make mention of that. Well, back for Tyler Benz. He's only got 1 minute and 34 seconds to try to make something happen here. Benz came on to replace the true freshman starter, Brogan Roback. His first down carry for Ryan Brumfield, and Brumfield got swallowed up after he gained a couple. Doesn't look like Eastern Michigan is in a particular hurry, Dustin.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're just trying to get to half, and that's probably what they're trying to do. The wind has been in their face all day. The field position has been a battle going up against BG in the second half of this game, and right now they're probably thinking, let's get into half, let's regroup, let's come out in the second half. I know it's 34-7, but let's see if we can do something to have some positive things to talk about going into the finale next week.
Yeah, which they'll play against Central Michigan, and they're going to keep it on the ground. Brumfield, good cut on Boo Boo Gates, but did you see Boo Boo Gates chase that down and still make the hit at the 29-yard line? Bowling Green is going to take a timeout.
Well, they're opportunistic. They want to get the football back. You don't think Dave Clausen's thinking, hey, I want to get 41 on the board before halftime?
No, absolutely. They are, we came on the air today with so much and with everything laid out on their trip to Buffalo next week. They'll leave out of Bowling Green on Thanksgiving afternoon after a short workout, and they'll have their Thanksgiving dinner as a team at their Buffalo hotel. And then the game's being played in Ralph Wilson Stadium, the home of the NFL's Buffalo Bills.
Well, you know, that excites me. It played there many times.
Sure.
And it'll be a great environment, I'm sure, for that game and for both teams. And they'll look forward to maybe having an opportunity to play in an NFL stadium, potentially back-to-back weeks. If they win that game, that takes them up.
That's right.
Back here,
Ford Field,
to Detroit.
Yeah, about 30 miles to the east of Rynearson Stadium here, right in downtown Detroit. And they do have that in it. We started discussing that going back a couple of weeks against Miami. Win out for Bowling Green, and they're MAC East champs. Tyler Benz's throw was intended for Tyrese Russell, and you see why Head coach Dave Clawson called a timeout. He's going to get the football back. And Eastern Michigan's Owen Dubiel is going to have to try to get a decent punt off to, again, not allow Bowling Green to start on the Eastern Michigan side of the football field. Dubiel got it off, and a real good kick considering. It drove Ryan Burbrink all the way back to the 38-yard line where he fair caught with only 27 seconds left. That is a strong effort by Owen Dubiel, considering into a 30-mile-an-hour breeze.
Michael, I've been so impressed by Bowling Green's mindset coming into this game. I thought there might be a little bit of a letdown looking ahead. We talked about that Buffalo game. We'll talk about it all afternoon because that may be what we're looking forward to next week. But this team has come out focused and determined. Defensively, offensively, they got some things clicking. And they also left a touchdown on the board, or off the board, rather, that Travis Green dropped.
Let's see. Johnson's going to put it up. Maybe. Or maybe not. He got taken down. Set down for Eastern Michigan as that was Cy Moffmer on the sack. And now Bowling Green looks like they're going to let this expire. Yeah. And they will. No more snaps here in the opening half. 30 minutes of football in the books. Most impressive by Dave Clawson and his Bowling Green Falcons seeking their 8th win of the year. It's what I've been alluding to a couple of times today. Starting in Yager Stadium against Miami, home to Ohio, and here they have outscored their last 3 opponents 128-10 through the last 10 quarters of football.
That's called domination. Offensively and defensively.
It is that, no question about it. Ronnie Moore, 3 touchdown catches in the opening half. Sean Kurtz with the Eastern Michigan pick 6, 34-7. Bowling Green will be back for second half action. Don't go away.
Any last requests, Mr. Baldwin?
Mind grabbing my phone and opening the Capital One Purchase Eraser? I need to redeem some venture miles before my demise.
Okay.
It's easy to erase any recent travel expense I want. Just pick that flight right there, give it a few taps, and it's taken care of.
This is pretty easy. And I see it works on hotels, too.
You bet. Now, if you like that, press the red button on top. How did he not see that coming? What's in your wallet?
This is the Capital One Halftime Report.
Welcome into ESPN 3 Halftime Report presented by Capital One. I'm Tony Collins. Coming up, we'll join the ESPN Goal Line Network in progress to get you up to date with all the action that's going on today. Goal Line features unlimited live cut-ins, highlights, and analysis from the biggest matchups throughout the day. But first, let's take a look at this week's Capital One Cup Impact performance from Thursday night. Here you have it. Not even Mother Nature and the frigid conditions at Falcon Stadium could stop Tim Cornette from having a winning night. Cornette rushed for a career high of 220 yards and 4 touchdowns on 36 carries, leading UNLV to a 41-21 victory over Air Force. Cornette crossed the 1,000-yard mark for the 2nd consecutive season as the Rebels became bowl eligible for the first time since the year 2000. All right, let's get you updated with everything that's going on today and join the Goal Line Network in progress. Just a reminder that Goal Line is available through participating TV providers and live on Watch ESPN. Enjoy.
Haven't quite found that consistent player yet at right tackle.
Backs up to the 45. Bridgewater all day looking deep down the middle. Parker can't get to a good defense by Gaines.
That was good coverage. Anytime you're a corner, you run against that post route, and you can stay ahead of him, of the receiver. And Devontae kind of slowed down there, which obviously gives the advantage to Gaines, but good coverage there. He sees the ball and stays in front of the wide receiver.
Bridgewater looking deep again, overshoots his man. So he's throwing a couple high balls. There's a flag on the play back near the line of scrimmage. It's going to be holding against Louisville. He was looking for Eli Rogers.
Do you decline this or do you take it? I think he got 2nd and 15.
How good is he on third down?
He's really good.
Holding. Offense. Number 68. Penalty decline.
There you go.
Third down.
Look, you got to make it. Look, 3rd and 15. You got one of the top defenses in the country. You got to dig into that playbook and find a way to stop this Louisville offense one time. You got the players, put them in positions to make plays, and you got a Memphis player that looked like he just went down without even having an injury here. I don't know about this one, folks.
That's Bobby McCain. I doubt he's pulling that. He's one of the best defensive backs.
Virginia, Miami, the Canes up 31-19, but the Cavaliers sneaking back into this one, just getting on the board.
Smoke did a nice job, little out and up in the red zone for 6.
Prior to this fought, snap infraction, number 45, the offense, 5-yard penalty, retry.
Matt Fortin is the long snapper. Watford's thrown for 56 yards in the second half, including that touchdown. So they'll move back the point after attempt. For Rosenelek. A couple of field goals and a couple of extra points for Alec Rosenelek. David Watford threw 2 picks in the first half, giving him 14 on the season. Now his 8th throwing touchdown of the year.
Back to Georgia Southern and Florida. The Gators threatening right now, already up 3-0.
The free safety. The Florida kid from Monticello makes the tackle. So Florida will be at the 10-yard line trying to add to a 3-0 lead. When we return, live pay-per-view coverage of the Florida Gators continues right after this.
Some of the scores from around college football. Alabama 7-0 over Chattanooga. Under 30 seconds in the first quarter of that with A.J. McCarron. Pretty efficient, 6 of 8, 67 yards. And how about Michigan State 30-6 over Northwestern? 2 touchdowns for Cook and 293 passing yards as well. Let's check in on Duke and Wake Forest now, 28-21. Blue Devil lead, just over 11 minutes left in this game. This one a close one. Let's take a listen.
So an opportunity here now for Wake to flip the field. Kevin Johnson back around his own 35-yard line as Will Monday gets set to punt it away. That one sails out of bounds. And at the 32-yard line for Wake Forest, a 42-yard punt. Well, potential Rose Bowl opponents featured in our 3:30 games today on ABC or ESPN. Check your local listings. Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon, Arizona. It's college football presented by Kay Jewelers and 5 Hour Energy. Oregon is back on top of the Pac-12 North standings. A win for them today, coupled with a Stanford loss to Cal, would put Oregon into the Pac-12 title game. And the Buckeyes can also get into the Big Ten championship game with a win today. And I think, let's see, Michigan State as well with a win today. Buckeyes may need that matchup to improve their strength of schedule to stay in the championship chase for the BCS title game. Still looks like they would need Alabama or Florida State to lose a game.
False start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty, second down.
And Stephen Chase with the false start.
Which is their second false start in the last 2 drives. And I think that the defensive line from Duke and Aniki, especially on that right side of defensive line, has started playing very well in these past 2 drives. Couple sacks, gotten some pressure, tackles for loss, and I think it's shaking up this offensive line from Wake Forest.
Price, across the middle, caught out around the 44. First down, Wake Forest. 19 yards to Tyree Harris. There was a flag thrown initially, but it looks like that has been picked up.
Let's take you to Georgia Southern and Florida. Gators first and goal, already up 3-0.
Straight ahead and bouncing off Taylor. Taylor now going the other way, and he might have gotten back to the 3-yard line. He ran about 37 yards and might have picked up a foot.
Yeah,
lost a foot.
But Larry, there you saw the strength of the young man as he gets hit head on and then is able to regain his balance. Here's another look at the hit. He gets stuck and he's able to regain his balance, change direction, but you also see the speed of this Georgia Southern defense as they're able to move out and make the tackle to keep him from getting in the end zone. Looked like he had a chance to score there.
So second down, they still stay big, but Tevin Westbrook, a tight end, along with Clay Burton, is in the game. Running Wake finds Joyer, and he is unable to make the catch. Third down. Joyer and Westbrook were in the same line. You got to think one of them was not in the right place.
Well, there's not a lot of room down here when you get in there first and goal inside the 5-yard line, and this is a very tight throw where he's trying to fit this football into. Very fortunate that the ball doesn't get batted around and intercepted. You know, this is where you'd like to see your offensive line get their pads down and just start to knock people back, control the line of scrimmage and run the football.
Well, third down. We need a little more than 3. Third and goal. Warnerwood looking, nobody there, still looking. And he'll throw that one to the end zone. Touchdown!
Solomon Patton, who was on the left side. Nice job of buying time by the freshman quarterback, Skylar Morningwing. Moving out to his right. Buying time, giving Solomon Patton plenty of time to come all the way across the field in the back of the end zone. Here's another look. He's buying time. Now he makes the throw. What I like about this throw, it's high and in the back of the end zone. If Patton doesn't catch it, it's out of bounds, and you come in and try and kick the field goal.
Instead, it's an extra point.
Back over to Duke and Wake Forest. Couple turnovers in this one. Big game for Duke. They're up 7.
Ball carrier is number 25.
Defense getting the job done to get the ball back. And a sustained drive right here, Joey, may be the finishing touches.
Yeah, absolutely. And the success on first down, picking up 7 yards on that first down. Again, it gets you in that 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3 area. And the way Boone has played, it takes all the pressure off the quarterback because it opens up the playbook.
Joey Duncan up the middle. We have seen from Duke, Boone, for the most part, from the 10-yard line to the other 10-yard line. We've seen Connect come in short yardage at the goal line. Connect with a touchdown run today. Boone with 3 touchdown passes for their double trouble at quarterback. When you talk about a team effort, they've run in 4 different guys at tailback. We've seen a handful of guys at receiver catch passes today. Here's Paul Carcaterra.
On that tackle, Nikita Whitlock, he was spirited that last time out. He told his unit after their last stop, we're going to win this game because of defense. We need stops. We need takeaways. Defensive coordinator Brian Knorr's message was a lot clearer in terms of the way that they need to defend the pass. He said if Duke does decide to pass, watch between the hashes.
Well, thank you, Paul. And as we've mentioned, they need this win to make next week's game against Vanderbilt meaningful for bowl eligibility. Otherwise, Wake is looking at a 5th consecutive losing season. Boone, a little misdirection. He'll keep it, get inside the 30. Taken down there by Janvion and Thomas Brown.
A couple of games we're taking a look at here on ESPN Goal Line. We've got Alabama and Chattanooga on the right. Crimson Tide up 7-0, trying to increase that lead, and looks like they will do that. And we have Wake Forest and Duke on the left side. The Blue Devils with a 7-point lead with 5 and change in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 3 for Duke right now. Remember, 2 of 8 on third down conversion. This one a big game for Duke. Let's take you out there right now live.
And a flag, and I think maybe
It's not in the
Duke
pronunciation.
lineman got a little jittery after hearing your positive
Spelled
comments.
B-R-E-O-N. I don't know if it's Brian or Brion.
They always say look at the ball. No one has a better view of it than the center.
He's got it again, except now it's 3rd and 8. And a timeout taken here by Wake Forest. We will take it with them. 5:16 to go. Duke on top of touch.
Capital One studio update for you. This one between the Wolfpack and the Pirates. ECU and North Carolina State. And how about Allen, a 3-yard touchdown run? ECU 28-7 right now the score. Let's take you over to Georgia Tech and Alabama A&M. 45-0 Yellow Jackets on top so far, and make that 51-0. Back to Louisville, Memphis. Louisville 24-10, taking the lead right now, but Memphis driving. Let's take a listen.
Just weaves his way through. Hey, here we go. This is Memphis now, moving the ball, first down.
Key block downfield by Al Bond. 10th play of the drive. The throwback to Hayes is low. He had to go back and get it, but he gets a block. Gets the first down. Louisville fans screaming for a hold. But Fallon, Taylor Fallon, number 77, had a key block on the 11-yard pickup. A Louisville defense that might have mentally thought this game was already in the win column, looking a little tired out there now.
And then you talk about a quarterback in Bridgewater who's stiff on the sidelines, who hasn't been effective yet in the second half, throwing the ball a little off.
We hope you enjoyed all the fast action coverage from the Goal Line Network. We will continue to provide this service every Saturday throughout the rest of the college football season. That'll do it for this ESPN3 halftime report presented by Capital One. I'm Tony Collins. Enjoy the second half.
This is for my mother. This is for my chance at law school and the opportunity to change my life. Be one of the many winners of the Dr. Pepper tuition giveaway. Share your story and tell us how you will make an impact on your community. Dr. Pepper is changing students' lives so we can change the world. Log on to ESPN.com and search Dr. Pepper to tell us your story for a chance to win. And tune into Dr. Pepper Championship Week on ESPN.
Here's to being one of one, a true one of a kind.
First of all, we've got a program here that we've really just started building. You look out there, and as soon as we were done with the Mississippi State game at 10:30 at night, they're stripping the field, and they've already torn up the first deck on the east side of our stadium. $450 million stadium renovation. It's going to be the greatest college football facility in the country. So, you know, when you're talking about the SEC and the SEC West and playing in the state of Texas and being the only SEC school in the state of Texas, I don't know that it gets any bigger than that, potentially. So first of all, I've got a really good job. Second of all, they only talk about us two ways. And, they're either talking about us getting fired or moving on to other places. And hopefully I'll stay in that second conversation, because when that happens, that means that we're doing things the right way.
The words of Kevin Sumlin, Texas A&M head coach, on the SVP and Russillo show yesterday on ESPN Radio. This is College Game Day on ESPN Radio. In the Big 12,
Number 20, Oklahoma at Kansas State.
Yeah, that horse may be in the fields now. Zach Sanchez, 73-yard touchdown, interception off Jake Waters. Extra point is good. Oklahoma with a 41-24 lead over Kansas State. 11:47 to play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Oklahoma's put this game away here in the fourth quarter with defense, the play you just described, and before that with special teams. They backed Kansas State up, punted out of the back of their end zone. It was a short punt. It looked like it got caught up in the wind. Jalen Saunders made a good play running in, fielded the punt at the Kansas State 25-yard line. I don't know that I've ever seen someone field a punt that close to the end zone before, but he did, and he took it down inside the 5. They cashed that one in, and so Oklahoma's looks like they're going to end up winning this game by a comfortable margin, but Oklahoma's offense is really what won this game, even though they didn't contribute to the last two scores. The rushing blows me away in this game. Right now, Oklahoma 281 yards on the ground, Kansas State 23. That's something that we have not seen out of the Sooners in recent years.
In the Big Ten,
Michigan at Iowa.
Are we really surprised this game is tied at 21, Trevor, with 11 minutes to play in the fourth quarter when Michigan had a lead, 21-7 at halftime?
Yeah, actually, Michigan should thank their lucky stars that this game is tied. They're being outgained by Iowa 326 yards to 119. Michigan is averaging about 2.5 yards per play, rushing and passing.
Yikes.
The only reason they're even in this game is because Iowa's given up 4 turnovers. And so that's kept Michigan in. Key play for Michigan came on one of those turnovers where Jake Rudock dropped back to pass. He was hit by Jake Ryan on the pass rush. Ball popped in the air. Brendan Breyer grabbed it at the 7 and returned it for a touchdown. That's their best offensive play of the day, and it was by the defense.
Alabama just scored a touchdown. They have a 20-0 lead over Chattanooga, 9:57 to play in the first half. We'll go to Tallahassee next to check in at Florida State as they are close to kickoff in a game which nobody is really talking about who they're going to play. This is College Game Day, and this is ESPN Radio.
All right. I know this isn't any fun to talk about, but we should. So, who's going to do what? Flashlights?
Nowhere to be found.
Where to be found? Batteries?
Dead.
Great. Emergency supply kits?
Not packed.
No. What about blankets?
We have an old towel.
Good enough. Cell phones?
May not work.
Emergency water?
Not a drop.
And what about food?
Nope.
Perfect. We all know where we're meeting if we're separated, yeah?
The library. Aunt Joan's house. The bus stop.
Great. And I'll be waiting here wondering where you all are. Sounds like we don't have a plan. Who's up for mini golf?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency. Who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information. A public service announcement brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Head coach Dave Clawson and his football team. They are 30 minutes away from winning their 8th of the year, going to 6-1 in the MAC East, and setting up that battle the day after Thanksgiving with Buffalo. So let's get underway here in the third quarter. Anthony Farinella's kick. Tyler Allen having problems with it at the 9. Allen on that kickoff return to the 23-yard line. Jerry Boo Boo Gates, the senior, on the hit. The numbers will skew entirely on the left of your screen toward Bowling Green in this first half.
Well, if you looked at the scoreboard at halftime and you wondered why it got to 34-7, right there, 33 yards of total offense for Eastern Michigan. Only 1 first down the entire first half. They got to fix that in the second half. At least, look, it's going to be tough to come back against Bowling Green. We know how good they are and how great their defense is. But get something positive before next week's game. You know?
Yeah, well, yeah. And Stan Parrish going to go back to his true freshman quarterback, Brogan Roback here. He started the football game today. Roback on that waggle will come underneath. He wanted DeJuan Olford, and Olford didn't catch the football.
Easy to see from up here, but it looked like if he'd have kept his eyes downfield a little bit further, he'd have had his big tight end, Tyrese Russell, coming a little bit behind coverage. He looked to be open, but again, they're going to try and get him outside the pocket early in the first half. when he drops back, the pressure of Bowling Green has been getting to him pretty quick.
Yeah, and they're going to be going into this breeze in the third quarter again, Eastern Michigan. So this is the second consecutive quarter that they've gone into the 30-mile-an-hour winds. Back to the ground game. Not much there for Ryan Brumfeld. Well, Bowling Green's so sound defensively. And in that hit for Bowling Green, Ronnie Goebel. Ronnie Goebel, who played his high school football right around here in Plymouth, Canton, Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Well, the defense is just so suffocating. It's like they can't even get anything going. And that's the one thing that Eastern could hang their hat on this season was being able to run the football. You know, they got two talented running backs, and they haven't found an inch today.
This is a 3rd down and 9 for Brogan Roback. Got to step up, and his throw is going to carry out of bounds. First time today he's tried to hit Dustin Creel. And the familiar, all too familiar for Eastern Michigan, 3 and out. They'll kick the football away.
Just going to mention that. Dustin Creel's the one playmaker that I think they have at wide receiver. Almost 500 yards on the season. He's been in the end zone 5 times. But last week only had 2 targets. And today, that's his first one.
And the quarterbacks for Eastern Michigan, 1 of 14 here today. Ryan Burbrink will back up and fair catch the punt from Eastern Michigan's Owen Dubiel. Let's take a look at the 3-touchdown day of the true freshman electrifier, Ronnie Moore of Bowling Green.
Boy, how fast is Ronnie Moore? This was the first one. He outruns everybody on that Eastern Michigan defense. And, you know, coming into this game, he only had 3 touchdowns. You're going to see all 3 right here. Here's the second one as he puts a nice move on Donald Coleman. And then this one, this is just street ball by Matt Johnson and Ronnie Moore, to get his 3rd touchdown of the day.
He's doubled it up, right? He's taken the TDs from 3 to 6 on the year.
That's a day. That's a day.
147 yards of the 3 touchdowns today. So here's Matt Johnson going play action. Pressure coming. Johnson now flushed. Alex Baer with a dive and did not come up with the throw. Incomplete. But Johnson was getting heat from Sean Kurtz, the middle linebacker, who's played an extraordinarily fine football game for Eastern Michigan.
Got great pressure up the middle, and then the pursuit by Sean Kurtz is what we talk about. He's been all over the field today, had the interception. You'll see up the middle, forcing him outside the pocket. Look at Sean Kurtz, busting his tail, down 34-7 to try and make a play.
Senior from California, came in here as a JC transfer for then head coach Ron English. English relieved of his duties on November 8th. Stan Parrish took over 24 hours later, beat Western Michigan. Gunning that strike is Matt Johnson to Sean Joplin. Needed 10, got 11, first down, Bowling Green.
Career number 4 was a tackle, first and 10 for the Falcons.
It seems to be too easy for Bowling Green at this point. They can take what they want, and right there, just a little 12-yard curl. Matt Johnson sits in the pocket, 3-step drop, boom, easy first down.
And our graphics coordinator, Tommy Boshenik, always on the money, giving you the Sean Joplin resume. He's a big first down guy. He moves the sticks. About, 85% of his catches are for first downs. There's another one here. Ronnie Moore timing that up. They faked that jet sweep. Johnson found Ronnie Moore. Look at the move by Ronnie Moore. Still alive. I'll tell you what, that's an 8-yard reception, but Ronnie Moore made that. That should have been probably about a 3-yard loss.
It's like the defenders of Eastern right now have cement shoes on because Ronnie Moore is moving at a different speed. Now this ball should just be thrown away. All of a sudden, Ronnie Moore catches it in the flat, makes 4 guys miss, and picks up a beautiful 8 yards.
I like that, yeah. 8 yards, 2nd and 2. Ike Spearman finally tracked him down. You're seeing the whole package from the excited freshman Ronnie Moore today.
He's going to be fun to watch in the future.
This is Travis Green now. Good cutback. First down, Bowling Green. Green got 4. He is once again, Travis Green now is nearing another 100-yard performance on the ground. He already has 6 of them this year. this stable of running backs that Dave Clawson has put together. Travis Green, we saw Fred Coppett.
Yep.
We'll tell you about Coppett, injured in the first half, by the way. William Houston, Andre Givens, Jordan Hopgood, and maybe the one that might be the most talented, Marcus Levy, is being redshirted this year. Now there's that zone read, and this is Travis Green outside the numbers and finally knocked to the ground inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Well, Dustin, we talked to you about it the first series of the game today. This Matt Johnson runs that zone read as well as any quarterback that we have in the MAC.
You'll take a look at the zone read. He's reading the defensive end, and boy, look at the block on the outside by Logan Dietz, the right tackle, to really free up Travis Green to get the first down.
I like the fact that you give some of the big fellas love up there in that O-line.
They deserve the love, Michael.
I know they do. First down carry, Travis Green. Excellent cutback in open space. Travis Green will power his way to the 5-yard line. That's 14 more yards on that first down cutback for Travis Green.
It's funny. I just watching him run, he reminds me of somebody, and you're probably going to say, no, he doesn't remind you of him. But the way he kind of cuts and bounces in, and maybe it's the dreads a little bit too. Marshawn Lynch a little bit.
Okay.
The way he does the lateral jump cuts and things like that. And he's not as big as Marshawn. Not even close,
right? I was just going to say, yeah. Talking about a 30-pound difference.
But he runs like him.
No,
I mean, he thinks he's got a bigger body than he does.
Sure.
You know? Sometimes I think he forgets that he's 5'11", $180.
Absolutely. 9 yards a carry today. Travis Green got the edge into the corner and touchdown, Bowling Green.
Travis Green, number 13 on the carry, penalty marker on the play.
13 more yards, but let's take it off the 52, board.
10-yard penalty, first down.
Going to come back. They got Dominic Flewellen on a block in the back. So that'll take the Travis Green touchdown off the board here early third quarter. As Bowling Green will get backed up if they're still looking to extend this already 27-point lead. Ball gets backed up to the 16-yard line now. Jet sweep, Ronnie Moore got the corner. Ronnie Moore inside the 5 and bounced out of bounds near the 1-yard line. The blazing speed of Ronnie Moore, Dustin, is breathtaking. It's captivating. I wouldn't want to be in the secondary trying to get angles on him.
Yeah, he's fun to watch for us. He's a nightmare for defensive backs and defensive coordinators to prepare for. Has he been this explosive all year? Or is this a coming out party for Ronnie Moore?
Now, early in the year, he was seeing the football a lot on jet sweeps.
Well, he had the 3 touchdowns coming in.
The bubbles, but, you know, it hadn't been a big part of the package the last couple of weeks. Goes to show you how many weapons that Bowling Green has. Back to the ground game. Too easy. Too easy. Travis Green just walked into the end zone. Touchdown.
Travis Green, number 13 on the carry.
You said it, Michael Regai, too easy. How old are you, Michael?
Too old.
You could run through that hole, baby. I mean, that was an easy one for Travis Green.
Yeah, way too easy. That's interesting, too. They start him like off the edge outside the tackle. They circle him around in motion. We'll take a look at that. It's a very interesting play concept. Tyler Tate is going to add another PAT. Take a look at that Bowling Green. Here it is. You see the circle, Dustin?
Yeah, well, sometimes they bring them all the way around. There, they give them the handoff up the middle.
Bowling Green big here in Ypsilanti, Michigan. The Bowling Green Falcons continue their offensive onslaught this month of November. They have been averaging close to 50 points per game. They're on that kind of track again. Michael Regai with Dustin Fox. Great to have you with us. Yeah, Falcons searching that 8th win of this season and their 6th in MAC play as Anthony Farinella will belt that kickoff to the back line where Tyler Allen will take the knee. We talked to Chris Kinston, the athletic director of Bowling Green, before the football game today, Dustin, and you could tell he was all in his orange and brown and bestowing gifts upon us, but letting us know that how he called Dave Clawson his head coach. He's a CEO of our football program, and I'd say that's pretty on spot, apropos.
Yeah, I picked up on the exact same thing when he said that, because that's something that head coaches fail to realize. It's not just always about the X's and O's, it's about running an organization and streamlining everything and being able to recruit, being able to put together a staff, being able to manage your guys in the building, the players and everything. That's what he does a great job of.
He did that at Richmond and Fordham in the FCS, as you see.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, he knew coming in here that he actually went to a bowl game in year one. But there was a
bowl, right?
Yeah, a senior football team.
Yeah.
Just entirely senior-laden football team, and he knew it would be a rebuild after that. And that's when guys like Boo Boo Gates and DJ Lynch, Gabe Martin all came in. But Brogan Roback is in trouble. He was being swung around like a pinwheel. And I don't know, is that Ronnie Goebel?
Did that ball get back to the line of scrimmage? Must have, because
Ronnie Goebel was all over Roback.
He was all over him.
Ronnie Goebel, by the way, both his father, and they do call that a loss of down on the intentional grounding. Ronnie Goebel, number 96 for Bowling Green. We mentioned he grew up right around here in the Plymouth-Canton area here in southeast Michigan. Both his mom and dad were athletes here at Eastern Michigan. His dad was a baseball player and his mom a volleyball player.
So big day for him coming back and taking on
Third down and 22.
The family heritage at Eastern Michigan.
3rd and 22 after the big play from Ronnie Goebel. And Eastern Michigan is going to run the football. Bronson Hill got swarmed on. Aaron Foster came up from his corner to make the hit. Had some help from DJ Lynch, that athletic outside backer, and the beat goes on for Eastern Michigan. They got to punt the football again.
Yeah, there is just nowhere to run for anybody. You know, I've seen Bronson Hill run before and Brumfield, and they get some gaps. And it's like every time they get a couple of yards and a chance you think they're going to maybe break away, it closes in 2 seconds, because that's how swarming this defense is.
The 8th punt of the afternoon for Owen Dubiel. Ryan Burbrink got out of there. He's trying to fair catch it. And it'll be put down at the 45-yard line. All right, let's get a timeout. Dubiel has had a busy day, punting the football 8 times. All Bowling Green. They lead it by 34. One of the most efficient quarterbacks, and we've showed you that all day long, that we have in the FBS and the MAC. Matt Johnson, the third-year sophomore, back on the Eastern Michigan side of the football field to start this drive with the win and a 41-7 lead. Johnson to put it up. Gunning that throw to Alex Baer, who just sat right down in that zone void, made the grab, first down, Bowling Green.
Boy, Bowling Green's offense today has literally started at midfield every time. I mean, they have to be just thrilled with the field position that they've had. And they're almost like a shark with blood in the water. Every time they get the ball, even at the end of the first half, they're calling a timeout with a minute to go because they want to get the ball back.
There's the excellent senior season for Alex Baer. You know, tight end averaging 14 yards a catch.
Yeah.
That'll show you how he can run in the seams and can flex out.
Wind is really coming.
Andre Givens with his first carry of the day. Just another one of the impressive running back stable that Bowling Green has. He's a third-year sophomore, a little bit bigger, stronger than both Tyler Green and Fred Coppett. 200-pounder. There he is, number 2, Andre Givens.
Clausen can really go to the cupboard and find a variety of running backs. He's like, what kind of spice do you want today?
Yeah.
You know, we got Houston. He's 265 pounds. We can go to Travis Green. He's a $180.
We've only seen the big man, the 260-pounder William Houston, once, and it was on Bowling Green's own goal line. That resulted in Eastern Michigan's points on the pick 6. Andre Givens off the zone read. Got corralled and taken down. On that stop was Pudge
Andre
Cotton
Givens on the
for
carry,
Eastern
first and
Michigan.
10.
Cotton is a backup strong safety that wears number 7 in the football game now.
And you talk about Houston. He's got 10 touchdowns on the season. We haven't seen him today.
Goal line guy. But having Ronnie Moore and Travis Green have been taking it in from deep.
Yeah.
A lot of weapons, though. I mean, you know, Ryan Burbrink, Sean Joplin, Alex Baer, Ronnie Moore in the pass game. And that's with losing Chris Gallen and Heath Jackson. And then the running backs that we've talked about all day. Johnson, gunning. Joplin had it on his hands, couldn't haul it in. Well, Matt Johnson delivered that dart. Good coverage, Bowling Green, Eastern Michigan, as that was Donald Coleman, that strong safety who jarred that away. Willie Creer as well.
Yeah, nice job. We've been talking about the struggles of the secondary today. That's a good play by Willie Creer with the ball in the air to come in with that offhand and really knock it down.
Second and 10 now for Matt Johnson. And referee Jeff Cervinsky wanted that play clock reset. Now he's going to wind it. Eastern Michigan showing blitz. And here they come. Spearman and Williams. Johnson read it. Ronnie Moore made the grab. Oh, Matt Johnson was in the sights of Derek Williams, got that throwaway. Ronnie Moore made the catch, got 7 to bring up 2nd and 3. Make it 3rd and 3.
Derek Williams, the true freshman, seeing a lot of action today. Looks like he's got a bright future. He's been all over the field today.
Agreed.
And he didn't play a lot last time I saw them, so he's getting better.
Early in the year, they were thinking of redshirt.
Yeah.
But they've got him on the football field, and this is true freshman year. 3rd down and 4 now for Bowling Green. They go empty in that backfield. 5 receivers. Johnson triggers the out. Incomplete. Sean Joplin was being defended very well. On that coverage for Eastern Michigan was Ray Tillman on the corner. And that's going to bring out Tyler Tate as the down box turns to 4 now. Alex Baer, the holder. It'll come from the 19-yard line, the right hash, a 29-yard field goal attempt for the very, very consistent Tyler Tate. A lot of leg, Tyler Tate. Put 3 more on the board as he will split the sticks. 44-7. Bowling Green continues to pile it on as they look forward to their MAC East Division showdown with Buffalo. And a sound of music here today from the Eastern Michigan marching band, although they haven't had a lot to raise the roof about, quite frankly. Bowling Green with his 44-7 lead. It's just been a day that Eastern Michigan to this point has not been able to find any offense at all. We're inside 5 minutes left in the third quarter. They are stuck on 1 first down on the afternoon, and Dustin, we saw that as we showed at halftime. 337 total for Bowling Green at the half to 33 for Eastern Michigan. Hadn't gotten any better.
Mike, as we were looking at the game, I feel like my neck is stuck at this angle. The ball has been at the 25, between the 15 and 25 yard line at this end zone the entire game.
For 2 quarters. Yeah, first quarter Bowling Green was going into the wind. They put, but you're right. Second and third quarter, it's been on this half of the football field. That's right. The north end of Rynearson Stadium. Third tailback of the afternoon, and with a burst for Eastern Michigan, there's Javonte Green. Green is the senior, and this is his final appearance in Rynearson Stadium. So Javonte Green with a 9-yard carry, most productive play of the day for Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, and he hasn't done much this season, only 28 carries, but it seems like Stan Parrish going to let the 5th-year guy get some action today on senior day.
Yep. So Green gets 9, second and short for really the first time today. Javonte Green's got a first down. Got a first down.
Green number 32 on the carry.
And you know what? There's something positive there. And they haven't had that all day. They're out near midfield right now. Let's see if they can get something going here to build off of. And remember, they've got the win in the fourth quarter. This game's over. We know that. But make it close. And look, you have a big game next week against Central.
Yeah.
Get some momentum going for that thing.
Right. In-state rivalry game. Eastern Michigan's done very well against Western Michigan, Central Michigan last couple of years. Rollback got belted. That football came out. Bowling Green is on it and headed to the end zone for the Falcons is Will Watson. Now let's see if that stands. Will Watson, a backup DB. Football came free. Watson picked it up, went to the house.
Ruling on the field. Fumble by the quarterback. Recovered, returned for a touchdown, Bowling Green.
Well, Dustin throwing motion, I don't know. Was Brogan roll back as he started that motion with the football going forward? He's showing right there.
He thinks he was, and he was trying to make a throw, but right now, I mean, probably take another look at it. We got a great angle from behind. Remember, they ruled it on the field a fumble and a touchdown.
Yeah, well, all touchdowns reviewable.
Yep.
So we're going to have undisputable video evidence to overturn this.
And just as I was trying to give him some love and say, hey, get some momentum going, this happens.
The ruling on the field of a fumble is being reviewed. Previous play is under further review.
All right, so Jeff Cervinsky, our referee today, letting us know there will be a review. Let's take a look at this as rollback. Well, that pocket collapsed. So was the arm coming forward enough to say that that indisputably was the football out in the throwing motion of a forward pass? So being looked at up top. I think it's going to be difficult to overturn.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's going to be tough. We have a good view from behind where he shows
an end zone look.
Yeah, the end zone look where it looks like he's coming forward, but it's hard to say. It was the ball out before the motion continues.
Heavy pressure on Brogan Roback.
Yeah.
Told you about the young man, the true freshman.
After further review, the ruling on the field of a touchdown stands.
Jeff Cervinsky, our referee, letting everybody know here at Ryan Earson Stadium that that football was out, ruled a fumble. Will Watson got on it. And defensive touchdowns continue for the Bowling Green Falcons, or plays, sudden change plays that cause excellent field position or points being put on the board. Well, Bowling Green continues their onslaught here late third quarter. Tyler Tate, been a busy man today. At his 6th point after touchdown of the day. The Falcons of Bowling Green, they are making a most emphatic statement. Dustin, let's keep it right here with this Bowling Green lead now at 44 at 51-7. All right, Jeff Quinn has done a remarkable job. We can start talking about it the day after Thanksgiving. Bowling Green will head into Buffalo to tango with the Buffalo Bulls, and when you look at these two football teams, two of the best defenses that we have in the MAC, there you see it, and both of them offensively too. They can generate it. It's going to be quite a matchup in Rich Stadium.
It's going to be a fun one to watch, and I'm just really looking forward to watching Khalil Mack defensively. Can that defense stop Travis Green and Matt Johnson? Because he can spy, he can move in a lot of different places, and they're not going to have easy touchdown runs next week on Friday against Buffalo like they did today against Eastern.
No, I agree with you. And Khalil Mack and Colby Way and some of the just tremendously talented Buffalo defensive unit.
I'll tell you, Michael, you know who I really like for Buffalo is the running back, Bo Oliver.
Oh, Bo Oliver's
tremendous.
a pro.
He's a pro running back.
NFL running back, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we got in this conference, and unfortunately he's been hurt the last few weeks. David Fluellen at Toledo, Bo Oliver at Buffalo, Jawan Edwards at Ball State.
Well, is Zerlon Tipton an NFL back?
I think so.
He had the ankle injury early in the season, and
220 pounds. Yeah. You know, great. We'll see if the explosion stays.
Yeah.
But had Central Michigan last week, and you know, Dan Enos really, I mean, gave him the football 25 times. He responded with 120 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Yep. Big win for Central Michigan last week. I do believe he's an NFL back. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so early in the year. I felt bad for him when he hurt his ankle in the opener against Michigan.
Right. Yeah. It was his first carry of the year.
Yeah, in the red zone, and they thought he had to have surgery on that ankle. They thought he was going to be done for the year.
Yeah, there's 7 screws that are in the ankle. But Zerlon Tipton made it back and playing the final 3 football games of the year. Brogan Roback going to keep the football on the ground with Javante Green. We got a late flag flying in as Will Watson, the young man who just had a fumble recovery for the touchdown. Let's see if Bowling Green is starting to put some of the second and third units on the football field right now. That flag is going to go on Bowling Green.
Personal foul, defense, face mask, number 99, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, that's Brian Baird. He's a backup on the football field. We got Isaiah Lunsford. There's Lunsford, number 50, just coming into your shot. Now, these are guys that aren't on the 2 deep, Dustin. So now you're going down into that third unit defensively for Bowling Green.
Remember, the depth of Bowling Green's defense is what has made them so successful. So all these guys we're talking about right now are guys that next year and the year after are going to be the next Boo Boo Gates and Gabe Martins of the world. That's what we're going to be talking about. So keep an eye on some of these young players. Maybe we'll see some talent out here.
Well, Javante Green got hit and tackled by Josh Pettis. They're just so veteran in that secondary, and you and I talked about it in the first half. I mean, even guys that back up. I mean, Josh Pettis and a young man who got injured and is not playing today. Their nickel back.
Which I'll let you say his name.
Oh, I.J. Barima.
There you go.
Yeah, I like Jude. He's a good player.
He is a good player.
He's a real good player.
Yeah.
All right, 2nd down and 8. Roback put it up for grabs again. Tyrese Russell tried to make the adjustment. Will Watson with that pass breakup, they're knocking away.
And Brogan Roback is injured. He bounced up, but he's hurt. His ankle got rolled up on there.
Brian Baird.
His knee.
We just talked about. Ooh. So Roback is being attended to at the 40-yard line right in front of the Eastern Michigan bench. So he's going to have to come off the football field. Tyler Benz back in on this 3rd and 8. Now you think Benz is going over there trying to get some snaps real quickly. From the center who came over, Jake Hercombe. I think Benz is saying, come on, Rook, why do you got to go down now? I'm cold.
Yeah.
I'm coming over here on 3rd down and 8.
51-7.
Yeah.
And thought it was probably done for the day.
No, right. Not making light of it.
No.
As I saw Tyler Benz, he was way down here at the other end of the football field talking to some of the other Eastern Michigan backup offensive players, and the yell comes out, hey, let's go. You got to come in and take some snaps.
Well, remember, too, we don't know what's going to happen at Eastern next year in terms of the next head coach, whether Stan is in the hat or they bring somebody else in. All these guys are putting something on tape right now for the new head coach, whether he's here or whether it's somebody else, that they're going to look at and evaluate. Because, look, the quarterback position next year is going to be a competition. Tyler Benz is coming back.
Right.
He'll be a senior next year. Don't think as a senior he's not going to want to be the starting quarterback of this football team.
Benz on 3rd and 8 with that throw. It was deflected and almost picked off. An excellent defensive play as making that pass breakup for Bowling Green. I believe that was Alfonso Mack. He is a redshirt freshman out of South Bend, Indiana.
Ben's just trying to get the football to one of his playmakers, Dustin Creel, and throws into triple coverage.
Dubiel to punt it for the 9th time today. Ryan Burbrink is going to get out of there. 9 punts. And we are through the third quarter as of yet. And Bowling Green going to take over with this healthy lead at 51-7. Now we'll see what head coach Dave Clawson decides to do on the offensive side. The starters were in on that last drive.
Looks like Matt Shills is going to come back in the game. Remember, he started the season at quarterback, fifth-year senior. Coach says he's taken it very well, but now he runs back out.
It's going to be James Kanapke, the redshirt freshman.
Interesting.
All right, so Kanapke wears number 3, redshirt freshman, to run this series offensively late third quarter. Andre Givens. Givens tried to cut back and got thrown out of bounds, but not before he got about 5 on that first down carry.
Now, here's a situation where you wonder, does Clawson just want to get Napke some reps? Because he's going to get a chance to play a whole quarter here, right?
Yeah.
And remember, Shills is going to be gone next year. So you got to develop your backup.
Well, now Matt Schultz just ran. Now Schultz is on the football field again. Now Schultz is at the top of your screen. We'll see it here in a second. He's at the wide receiver. That's him at the very top of the screen as a wide receiver. James Kanapke is the quarterback. Andre Givens. Givens has got a first down. Andre Givens powering to the second level over the 40-yard line. And that'll move the sticks for Bowling Green as this offensive onslaught continues.
Interesting they're putting Shills at wide receiver, and he has gloves on, too, wide receiver gloves. You think because he's a fifth-year guy,
there he
play a little wide receiver today?
Number 7. Yeah. There's our crew going to get a look at that. He's been a 3-year starter at quarterback for Bowling Green. Lost his job to Matt Johnson during the opener against Tulsa this year. Play action, Kanapke. Going to throw that comeback. And it's incomplete as he was looking for Hervé Kobe. Kobe, the third-year sophomore, wears number 10. So just 21 seconds left in this third quarter. As Bowling Green, and remember now, the Bowling Green Buffalo winner, MAC East Division champion, but we'll see if they can derail the express that is the Northern Illinois Huskies in the MAC championship game. So that part is set up. Bowling Green or Buffalo against Northern Illinois for a MAC championship on December 6th at Ford Field in Detroit. Kanapke's throw intended for Hervé Kobe, incomplete.
Well, one position we know they can't really go down to too far in the depth chart is wide receiver.
A little bit shy there, aren't they?
They only traveled 7 guys today for this game.
Yeah.
And down Heath Jackson for this game. We know Chris Gowan was lost early in the year.
Yeah, it's been a tough go on the wide outside. And now, again, as this is James Kanapke, the number 3 quarterback. Matt Schultz is down at the bottom of the formation, bottom of your screen, the backup QB. And Kanapke is going to throw for Schultz, who was trying to come back to the football. Ray Tillman on the coverage for Eastern Michigan.
I love at the end of a play when you watch a defensive back and he knows he got a little contact, he puts his hands down like, it wasn't me.
Did you perfect that move?
Oh, you know
back
me.
And walked back toward the huddle, walk away?
I think I led the Big Ten one year in pass interference penalties. So
did you?
I don't know. I'm just teasing.
I don't remember that.
I've had my fair share.
Discuss just your stellar play. I notice though, you DBs, when the back judge or the field judge, you walk away from them. You don't engage them in conversation.
And whenever
if you think maybe you got some cloth,
and
right?
whenever you make a good play, you always get up as a defensive back. Its initial reaction is to look for a flag. And make sure you can celebrate.
Paranoia of the position.
That's right.
Well, Bowling Green's going to get penalized 5. It'll back them up. Now they're punting the football away for just the second time today. Brian Schmiedebusch punted away to Jalil Canty of Eastern Michigan. Only 11 seconds left in this third quarter. Well, Schmiedebusch will hit it. Let's check that. It's Jay Jones on that Eastern Michigan punt return unit. But the football will bounce out of bounds and will be spotted around the 35-yard line. So Eastern Michigan, one more snap here in the third quarter, and then we'll get to the final quarter. This MAC and college football season has flown by, Dustin. I mean, these teams are playing their 11th games of the year this weekend. We got one more week, winding it up in the final weekend of November, Thanksgiving weekend. Regular season, of course.
It's going to be a fun Friday in the MAC.
Yes, it is.
Next week. Certainly the BG Buffalo game is going to be great, but
Toledo and Akron.
Yeah, you're on that call, right?
I do. Yeah. Javante Green bounces his way to the 40-yard line. So we'll come back and give you a lot of MACtion, as our good friend Jeremy Guy out of the MAC office calls it. Quarter number 4 coming up. Bowling Green, a workmanlike 51-7 lead over Eastern Michigan. "15 minutes of football to go in this third weekend in the month of November." Michael Regite, Dustin Fox, all of our terrific crew, our producer Jeff Bentley, and all the gang. This is Javante Green on the call.
There's a team that wants to clock.
And Green got tracked down from behind. Again, the number 3s on the football field. And making that stop again, Isaiah Lunsford, who wears number 50 for Bowling Green. So we're delighted you're around. Just a nice touch, Dustin, while we were in the quarter break. Alex Bear's dad, the outstanding All-MAC tight end for Bowling Green, came up to us and just wanted to let us know that he appreciates everything that all of us at ESPN do to call college football in the Mid-American Conference. This is Tyler Benz. Biggest offensive play of the day for Eastern Michigan on a 3rd and 2. Tyler Benz was able to pick up 14 first down, Eastern Michigan.
There you go, Tyler Benz. Shows a little athleticism. Their little version of the read option, the zone read, rather, and gets upfield, picks up 15 yards. You get to hear some cheers for once from the Eastern sidelines.
I mean, yeah, Dusty, you feel for him.
Yeah.
After 3 quarters, and just before this, Eastern Michigan had run 35 offensive plays for a total of 45 offensive yards. Now Benz wants to put it up. Came underneath, picked off. It is intercepted, making the pick, Cameron Truss for Bowling Green.
And we haven't called Cameron Truss's name too much today. All-MAC defender from last year, 5th-year senior.
Well, you know what, Dustin? It looks like an 8, but it's number 9 for Bowling Green, Isaiah Gordine. A tough. Cameron Truss wears number 8.
Yeah, those
Gordine.
numbers. He's got his numbers rolled up a little bit.
It's rolled up a little bit with the rib pads. Number 9, Isaiah Gordine on the pick. He's a 3rd unit DB for Bowling Green.
Well, by golly, we're still going to give Cameron Truss some love because we didn't call his name. And I watch him on tape. He's a great player.
There you go.
How about that?
I will ditto that with you. Sure. I called him out, so we keep talking about him. But Isaiah Gordine on the INT. And right back to work is James Kanapke. There's William Houston, the 200. Ooh, he lowered his pads and just said hello to Donald Coleman, the strong safety. 265-pound William Houston. Was that Pudge Cotton? Was it Cotton or Coleman?
Pudge Cotton.
You're right. Coleman came on from the backside.
Cotton got some Houston. How about that?
Yeah, he did.
Man.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
The transfer from the Ohio State Buckeyes program, 265-pounder William Houston. He's got the football again. Boy, this, I don't know if you could depict it when you're watching, you're in your cut-ups and your defensive meeting rooms, but, Eastern Michigan today, I think defensively, Dustin, they got out physical. They got hit in the mouth by this Bowling Green offense, especially with yards after carry.
Yeah, it was one of those situations, and we talked to Coach Parrish this week about it. He knew going into the game, he's realistic. They were going to be outmanned a little bit, certainly up front, and they felt like they had to really play the perfect game, and they were going to have to do some things to take some shots, and the weather was a big factor today in a lot of reasons, or in a lot of ways that took away the passing game. And so it just turned into one of these things where it was an up-front battle, and Bowling Green has a heck of a running game. They were able to ground and pound.
That's what they've been doing today. William Houston has just had 3 consecutive carries. He got 10 more there. You say, well, that's not. Look at the 10 touchdowns.
10 touchdowns.
Well, everything is goal line for him. As he is the goal line feature back that is certainly responsible for putting the football in the end zone from in tight. He's done that this year 10 times. Running TDs inside the 5-yard line. Now flag coming is
offense number 3, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Play clock ran out. James Kanapke, he's got that play clock right off to his right in the end zone he's looking at. So that's something that Dave Clawson will want to school up his young quarterback about. A lot of things to digest when you come into a college program at quarterback. It's Andre Givens on that carry, and Givens got back to the original line of scrimmage. Well, Dustin, we were talking about the quarterbacking play around the nation, and you and I mentioned this week in our preparation about the excellence of Jordan Lynch, the Northern Illinois quarterback. I've said it on social media this week. I believe it will be a travesty if this young man is not included in the group of young men that go to New York City as a candidate to win the Heisman. He's not going to win it, but he deserves to be there.
No, and Michael, I'm with you 100%. This is a guy who has done everything for his program for the last 2 years. The only loss that they've had is against Florida State in a BCS game last year. So he does it all for that program, and I'm with you. And you know what's great about Jordan Lynch is the last couple weeks, and of course ESPN does a great job of promoting the MAC, right?
Yeah.
Well, playing on national TV back-to-back weeks, had big games, and Desmond Howard, our colleague, give him some love on College Game Day the last couple weeks, and so hopefully that builds and people can talk about him, and it's great that you put him out there on social media. I've been talking about it on my radio show, and he deserves to be there.
And there's no question about it. I mean, I'm not just talking about being a winner and a leader.
Yes.
But then you want to go to the numbers. James Konecki felt the heat there as Eastern Michigan brought that blitz and belted Konecki to the ground back at the 45-yard line. I mean, Jordan Lynch is the ultimate winner. Dave Clawson paid him a tremendous compliment. He said, I asked him about him. He said, I'll tell you how good he is. This is the Bowling Green head coach said. Clawson believes he could start at running back, at tailback, for 75% of the programs in the MAC.
How incredible is that? And you talk about his NFL prospects and all that, and you and I both work in Cleveland and have ties with the Cleveland Browns. You spoke to some folks at the Browns who said he'd do what? He'd change positions to play in the league.
Anything that he'll play, he said he'll play strong safety. He will gun on punt and kick covers. You can use him offensively in a variety of ways. And I think that is going to be reality for Jordan Lynch. I think he's going to get that kind of shot. Remarkable ride for Jordan Lynch and the Northern Illinois Huskies. All right, 51-7, Bowling Green football. Great to have you with us on this November Saturday afternoon. Cold and wintry here in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and it's all Bowling Green. My goodness, that is not a typo. 484 yards of total offense to 63. As Bowling Green has just absolutely physically dominated today. Javante Green on the call, and Eastern Michigan is using their third quarterback today, the third-year sophomore Mark Iannotti in now. here in the midway point of the fourth quarter. There's Ionati, who wears number 10.
Just couldn't get a lot going today offensively for Eastern, and it's been a tough day. The scoreboard obviously tells the story, but just the lack of offensive production and inability to stop the running game, really, of Bowling Green, that's the story.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns between Ronnie Moore and Travis Green. Ionati came underneath, and his throw was incomplete. Ionati intended it for backup tight end DeJuan Alford. It's going to bring up another 3rd down and long. That's been the story of the day for Eastern Michigan. No, Dustin, when we talk about the best defenses in the MAC, Bowling Green and Buffalo are right there. And MAC Defensive Player of the Year, it's going to be very interesting. I think, Khalil Mack might even be a top 15, I mean, upper half of the first-round draft choice next May in the NFL. But we'll discuss some of the other candidates, too, here in a moment, because there's some very worthy ones for the MAC Defensive Player of the Year side. This is Javonte Green. He got spilled at the 27-yard line. Green taken down. I mean, how did Jerry Boo Boo Gates from this Bowling Green squad? I think Gabe Martin, had he not been injured, would have been a potential candidate.
Guy I saw early in the year was very dominant in his performance against Western Michigan. The game that I called was Roosevelt Nix from Kent State. You got to love Rosie, right?
Nix, yeah.
Rosie's a great player.
He was MAC Defensive Player of the Year as a freshman.
That's how good he is.
As he came into the Kent State program. One of the most disruptive defensive tackles we've had in the Mid-American Conference in many a year. Ryan Burbrink will fair catch that. Yeah, we'll continue on our vein to salute some of the young men that have been so special on MAC football fields all year long when we come back. Bowling Green with the football again, and now for the first time since the opening quarter, moving back into the wind, James Kanapke going to run that zone read, and this is Andre Givens going to battle his way for 8 into Eastern Michigan territory. Now, so let's continue with our train of thought on the defensive player, but Khalil Mack is one of the most dynamic individual talents, and he started on the opener in the Horseshoe in Columbus with a pick 6, with a forced fumble, a recovery, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. And Khalil Mack has just been extraordinary all year long.
In Buckeye country, people didn't realize how good Buffalo was in that game and how talented Khalil Mack is as a defensive end. And you're right. I think that game really put him up in terms of, hey, this guy's an NFL player. He did it against, the offensive line of Ohio State. He's just a dominant player. I'm excited to see what he can do in the NFL, and I think it's great for the MAC to have such a dominant guy that people are talking about, especially at Buffalo. I mean,
Tremendous.
Buffalo's had a lot of rough years.
Well,
Trust me, I remember.
Yeah, you played for them. And think about that this conference is coming off having the overall #1 pick in the NFL draft in April of this 2013 year, and Eric Fisher from Central Michigan. Now, Khalil Mack going to be very high in the opening round this year. Look at big William Houston. That's 265 pounds running free. Touchdown, William Houston.
Number 32, William Houston, in the carry. Touchdown, Bowling Green Falcons.
Big Willie Houston, only 78 yards on the season coming into this game. Nearly doubles up right there,
right, that's
baby.
right. So much for all the goal line, short yardage stuff, huh?
Showed a little speed there, too, for a guy who's almost 260 pounds.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad, and just a load to try to get off his pins and on the ground. Tyler Tate with another PAT, and while we're talking about Khalil Mack and Colby Way and all of Jeff Quinn's very talented Buffalo Bulls, well, I think they fully understand. They didn't need to see this, but, Bowling Green has just put 58 up this afternoon as William Houston goes to the house. How will Buffalo deal with this diverse, multi-talented Bowling Green offense next Friday? Eighth football game of the year, and as Dustin and I told you, chatting with their athletic director, Chris Kingston, that 8 win and a chance to win 9 and then maybe 10 in the MAC championship game is huge. William Houston, 11th rushing TD on just 42 attempts. That's quite a percentage of getting in the end zone on times you get the football. And Bowling Green has been extraordinary.
Back to the talk about Khalil Mack and Eric Fisher. You mentioned who's the #1 overall pick last year to the Kansas City Chiefs. I think what that also does for this conference is it helps coaches. Like Coach Enos can go into a kid's house and say, you want to come to Central Michigan, you can get an education, you can also go to the NFL. Okay, Buffalo can now do that. Coach Quinn can go and say, hey, come to Buffalo. You'll have great exposure. The Buffalo Bills are right down the road, by the way. You'll get great scouting opportunities, and so kids don't have to look at the MAC anymore like, hey, I'm not going to get exposure.
Yeah.
You're on TV every week. You're on ESPN all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
No, there's no question
It's a
about
great
it.
opportunity.
That's exactly right. And, as we know, the family of networks here.
Yeah, every game.
It's all about having every Mid-American Conference football game televised, an opportunity to see on whether it's Watch ESPN or ESPN Game Plan, ESPN 3. Eastern Michigan going to continue to run the football with the senior making his last appearance here in Rynearson Stadium, Javonte Green. All right, tell me, what do you see next week as potential deciding factors as Bowling Green goes to Buffalo to decide a MAC East Division crown?
Frankly, I think it comes down to can Bowling Green's can Bowling Green's defense continue to be this dominant? Because we know their offense is going to score some points, but can they stop the running game of Buffalo and really hold them to, look, they've been scoring 40-some points. Go back to the game a couple weeks ago. They put up 41 points.
Yeah,
58 here today for Bowling Green.
Yeah.
That's Maction.
That is Maction.
Well, let me ask you. I consider you the Maction guru, Michael Regan.
Well, you're being very kind.
I'll try to uphold You've been covering the MAC for how many years?
Yes, this is 27.
Okay, 27 years of the MAC.
Older than you are.
What do you predict next week?
I'm
really, 31, by the way.
That's okay, well, almost. I really want to see. You mentioned his name earlier. I think Brandon Oliver, they call him Bo, and Joe Licata, their young quarterback, is the key. Are they going to be able to move the sticks, time of possession, keep drives alive, and be able to ultimately use Bo Oliver? And I think he needs a big, big day because to me, you're going to have to possess the foot. Bowling Green, we showed it earlier, one of the best in the nation, Dustin. They almost 34 minutes a game. I don't think Buffalo can afford to let that happen next week. I think Brandon Oliver is going to be, if he has a big day, if he can have a big afternoon and get in the end zone a couple of times, Buffalo, I think that's going to enhance Buffalo's shot.
Well, and you'd imagine that the game being played at Ralph Wilson Stadium, the day after Thanksgiving, there should be a pretty good crowd there, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Buffalo's fan base.
You know Buffalo.
Well, I put my time with the Bills.
You really liked your time there, by the way, didn't you?
I really did.
For a young man from Northeast Ohio?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the fans of Buffalo, and they're great. And so they're passionate, and, of course, they're even more passionate when they can have a winning team to root for.
Sure.
And so this year with a chance to win the MAC East and go up to Detroit, I expect that to be a very fun atmosphere, a very fun Black Friday edition of MAC football.
Maction on Black Friday, yeah. So don't shop. And then now you flip it over. And what awaits the winner of Bowling Green and Buffalo? That Husky dog that you see right there. And that Husky dog.
Them all black unis, baby.
Oh, they've been howling the last couple years. This is truly one of the finest football programs that we've seen in a long, long time in the FBS. And I mean that sincerely. Andre Givens to get to the corner. And think about this. Our good friend from Mentor, Ohio, that was a high school coach, played for Bo Schembechler at Miami. Joe Novak started it. And their coach Jerry Kill was there. And then Dave Doran, and now Rod Carey. I mean, look at this string of success for this football team, and you'd love to see them back up last year with another trip to a BCS Bowl.
The stats are incredible. Don't
24
forget, don't forget to mention our guy P.J. Fleck, who played for him.
P.J. Fleck,
hey.
He did. P.J., yeah. P.J., we saw him last week. Now the head coach at Western Michigan as Andre Givens twists his way for a couple to the midfield stripe. But
that program is legit. I mean, it's almost a dynasty.
No question
in this conference.
They've got a brand new indoor football building to go with their beautiful indoor facility, practice facility to go with their beautiful football building. I'm going to tell you that, if I'm a young man playing in high school now, and Northern Illinois thinks enough of me to want me, and not just Northern Illinois, but because of the standard they've set.
Well, and it means something. You mentioned their building and everything. Well, you walk into these programs now, especially Northern Illinois is a great example. It's going to say BCS Bowl posters and trophies and things like that. It's different. It's not a lesser tier deal anymore. It's the best of the best. I mean, you can compete. You're going to play. I mean, they're going to go to a great shot, assuming they can win the MAC championship game.
Absolutely.
To get back to a BCS game again.
13-0?
Yeah, they'll get in. They'll get in.
I would hope so.
Certainly.
It's going to depend a lot, Fresno State. Would they take possibly 2 undefeateds from non-automatic qualifying conferences to BCS Bowl, say if Fresno State and Northern Illinois ran the table?
It's hard to say.
It's tough to say. You don't know.
But they certainly deserve to be there.
They do.
The question is, and I'll obviously be rooting for it to see what happens, but if they get in, can they be the BCS buster where they really pull the Boise State upset over a team like Oklahoma? Yeah, win the game.
I hear you.
It means more not just to get there.
I hear you.
But to win the thing.
No, you're absolutely right. And you know what? Rod Carey knows that. We talked about it with him last time I had him a couple weeks ago. He talked about that. They know. All right, inside 60 seconds to go as Bowling Green, of course, keeping the football on the ground with James Kanapke. And this is Andre Givens. And Givens will get taken down. A workmanlike effort, and the Bowling Green Falcons, ladies and gentlemen, they have outscored the opposition in the last 3 football games 154-10. Just absolutely phenomenal run.
And let me hit you with this stat, too, before we go. UMass, Miami of Ohio, and now Eastern Michigan, all 3 this year have not reached the red zone on Bowling Green's defense.
How about that? They give up less than 100 yards of total offense today. It is officially over. You can book this one to Dave Clausen and his Bowling Green Falcons, a 58-7 win. Now they could turn their full attention to a MAC East Division Championship showdown with Buffalo. Should be fun.
It'll be fun. Ralph Wilson Stadium next Friday, Black Friday.
And you'll see it all right here on ESPN Family and Networks. Dustin Fox, happy Thanksgiving to you, my man.
You too, brother.
Excellent job.
You too.
Excellent job today from Ronnie Moore, 3 touchdowns. And also Travis Green with a couple as Bowling Green handles Eastern Michigan to win their 8th of the year and go to 6-1 in the MAC, the final at 58-7. Now for our producer, Jeff Bentley, director, Casey Weicker, Tom Boshenik on graphics, all of our crew. For Dustin Fox, I'm Michael Rega. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as others on our family of ESPN networks, log on to WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. 58-7 Bowling Green a winner. So long, everybody.